And he leads his team out onto Burbank Oval. Plenty of tributes this week. We're going to hear from the man himself at half-time. He spoke to the team on VFL Rewind on Monday night. But a wonderful touch, and certainly been a lot of people paying tribute to Ben Jolly and the career that he's had thus far.
Yeah, brilliant and perfectly designed banner work there. That is exactly what you'd ask for as a player. You don't even need to worry about doing an ankle or a knee as you go through it. It just opened up as he arrived, and a fitting way for the day to start. Yeah, look, I think we'll pay tribute throughout the afternoon, Pete, but just been a pleasure to see him go about his work. And I think the thing about Ben Jolly is that everyone who talks about his contribution to the footy club refers to his personality off the field as much as on it, because he's been a wonderful player on it, but what he's been able to contribute off the field has really set up what is now one of the most powerful clubs, albeit a standalone one with huge obstacles to overcome. And
Box Hill led 7 goals to nothing at quarter time, 7-3-45 to 1-8, and then continued it on from there. And it goes along, but we're not too far away from a start here. Ground conditions, ground's in excellent nick. And the weather, it is a beautiful day. Yes, it's windy, but you expect nothing less here at Burbank Oval this afternoon. As I mentioned, Collingwood in action against North Ballarat, and it was a hell of a start at quarter time, where North Ballarat hadn't scored a goal. 59-12 the score at the moment, and we'll keep you up to date with that. That's a second quarter score.
They'll be hungry, the Pies. They'll be looking to extend on that. I'm not expecting any sort of similarities to what happened with Box Hill and Essendon yesterday on that one.
And around the grounds, the other match underway, the AFL, 7-5-47 Melbourne, St Kilda 1-8. So 39-point lead to the D's, 14 minutes into the second quarter there. Meanwhile here, we're getting set for a start. Packed function today. Good to see. They do a good job. Sam Kekovich was the guest speaker. The roars of laughter going on from in there.
They're just piling down the stairs to come and watch the footy after being very well entertained by just about the best in the business.
Last week, Williamstown, big winners over Coburg at Piranha Park for Werribee. Well, took on Collingwood at Etihad Stadium, and it's that rare sort of appearance at Etihad Stadium for the Peter Jackson VFL team. So a big moment for both Werribee and Collingwood, and it was Collingwood 15-12-102 getting the win over Werribee 11-4-70. Such a topsy-turvy season, and plenty of twists and turns. Might there be one today? Big day, as we mentioned, not just for Ben Jolly in game 250, but also Jack Dorgan coming back from 3 knee reconstructions to play 50 games, and Andy Collins 200 games as a VFL coach.
Going on deep in the square at the tennis court end.
Let's get this one underway. It's Williamstown and Werribee, round 17 on the Peter Jackson VFL. And here's Michael Leeds on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Meese, it's a very young opponent in Seri this afternoon. There's a few games difference between those two. There's a whistle to get us underway, and it'll be a free kick. It is going to go the way of Williamstown. Wheeler waiting for the footy to come back to him, and Wheelie has it. Just looking for something to present here, so he trots along and kicks to the flank where the wind's taking the ball. He's set it up nicely for Sipos to come and have a fly out. He takes the mark at half forward, 65 away from home. Now there's a whistle here. Was that 50? Or is he going to be asked to go back? And it's coming back to Cordy for a free kick. So Sipos' strong hands will go unrewarded. As Cordy will try and get this inside the 50 for Williamstown. He kicks to 40 out. There's a fly and a push in the back. Did the umpire want the hands in the back? Yep. Yeah. There were hands in the back there, and Schultz made the most of it, would be fair to say. But they were definitely there. He'll shoot from 45. And with the way the breeze is coming across, he'll need to start this at the left-hand goalpost.
We saw some incredible goals in the Development League game earlier from our end of the ground, where we're commentating from. Away from this side. Oh, that's a good kick. And they got the first on the board. Lockie Schultz.
Been pretty reliable, hasn't he? 22nd goal from, this is his 13th game, so he's been able to hit the scoreboard for them.
So they're 1 straight 6. Werribee yet to score. Minute and a half into this game. Crowd building nicely, as we mentioned that the function was sold out today. Been a while between home games actually for Williamstown. Their season pretty front-ended in terms of home games this season. But looks like they're going to host a final. They managed to finish in the top 2. A good chance of that happening. Ball in the middle again. Meese just weighted down. Trying to come through is Hansen. He can't get the ball clear. Now it's into the path of Dorgan. The 50-gamer kicks up the line. And they've started well here, the Seagulls, but Masters couldn't keep that in. We'll have it thrown in. Right near the 50 for the home side. Boundary umpires on this particular side of the ground going to be throwing into the breeze. Not a bad job. Zeri getting the work done over the top. Gribble was there too for Werribee as this kick goes up the line. Bit of holding going on. Corbett with the front position, and Corbett will take the free kick on Peter Fawkes. On centre wing. How will they set up here? Lockie Hansen trying to be the long target. Instead, they're going to go the long way. Barrick will just go across the grounds. I'm just going to try and build it. Aylett working across. Oh, might have been a boot come up there. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a turnover. And the Seagulls are away. Another long ball inside the 50. It's a high ball. It's an open 50-metre line. And there's Donnell just running onto it. Has to run across the ground. Still inside 50. Got the chip kick, and it's nicely done. And Pongracic will take the mark. And he'll line up from 45 metres out. It's plenty of goal face to look at. And decides to go short. Maybe not the best option, but Wheeler swoops onto the footy. Dribbles the ball towards the goal square. Might be fortuitous. Plenty of numbers down there for Werribee. And it's held up. And the umpire says, give it to me. Right in the forward pocket for the Seagulls. Now, I only have the 1 goal on the board here.
Yeah, I'm with you, Skipper.
Not sure why the scoreboard showing 2. It's a quick kick out of the pack here from Aylett. Right near the boundary line. And it's gone out of bounds on the full turnover.
Yeah, we're going to see a bit of that this afternoon as players try and battle this wind. It's blowing the ball straight across towards the base side of the ground. A huge barge in the background.
There is a late change for the Werribee side too, we should tell you about.
Wheeler going to drive this to 40 out. He wants a mark in front. Beautifully weighted kick, and Masters is there. So he'll kick from pretty much directly in front. You've got that laid out, Pete?
Yep, I'll have that for you in just a moment.
I'll just run you through this kick before we get to it. So Masters directly in front. Again, we'll need to start left-hand goalpost. He's been here, done that, seen all these conditions, and that is just a thing of beauty. Perfectly weighted. That's their second of the afternoon. 5 gone opening term, and it's Williamstown, a couple of goals to nothing.
So the late addition into the lineup today for Werribee, Jason Robinson, number 20, is out there. So he gets the late call-up for the Tigers. And it looks like most of the emergencies for North Melbourne are in Tassie.
It's going to be a tough ask today, no doubt about it.
So ball back in the middle here, coming through mark on, held up in the Hansen tackle, and the umpire says, give it to me. There's players like Larky, Zuha, they're not on the team sheet today as Charleston breaks through the pack for the Seagulls, kicks a long ball. Hanging in there was Cordy. Now the ball is going to be turned over. That's a good strong mark from Dave McFarlane for the Tigers. He goes to Riley Barrick in the back pocket. 6 gone in this opening term. Right over there near the carousel as the kick goes up the line, and Meese, strong mark. Wanted to play on. Forced to play on in the end, and he's turned the footy over. There's Hansen, long ball into the path here of Corbett, but it's going to be cut off. Peter Fawkes takes the mark. Safe hands, kicks across the grounds as they look to clear the area. working hard Myers. Little short ball is okay. And the mark's being taken by Gibbons. On defensive 50. He'll kick up the bay wing, up to centre wing. Good mark, Barrick. One-handed. And now was hanging on to him. Good control from Barrick. Wants to go on with it now, and he kicks long. High ball. Charleston there. Gets the fist in over Lindsay Thomas. And the umpire says throw it in.
So half-forward flank, base side of the ground, just about where the arc meets the boundary line here in Ben Jolly's 250th. Gibbons and Petterwood going to work on each other as this one's about to be thrown in. King's got the job on Jolly so far, so Meese has reached over the top by Zeri. Well played, young man, got it down, and then a strong tackle right on the 50. This is going nowhere, they'll toss it up. So there'll have to be some defensive work done on a myriad of talented midfielders that Williamstown will present this afternoon. There's a free kick here going to go the way of Zeri for a Shepherd out in the ruck contest. So in game number 2, gives it across to Hansen. He just returns by 15 metres. That's okay. Finds his man at centre half forward. Aylett has the footy. Going to try and drive this inside the 50. A low ball to the lead. There he couldn't find his man though. Corbett just didn't quite land for him. Pongrasic. Middle handball looking for support, and Chazarian got it the half back. His kick is over the line and out of bounds on the full. And Masters had presented but counted for precious little as Werribee will come up with the footy. Gonna come all the way back to McFarlane here. Just slightly attacking side of centre wing. He's been told to kick long. So he heads high for Hansen on Tippett. Thomas at the back, fisted away, well played Myers. Heads towards the line. Little handball over the top was neat enough. One around the corner here from Robinson, I reckon, is out of bounds on the full. Would have liked to have given it just a little more chance. Unfortunately, that's where it was headed the moment he kicked it.
So Greiser has it in the back pocket for Williamstown. Needs to get rid of it just in time.
Gee.
That's a good kick as well. Spots up Schultz. Still inside defensive 50. He's chipping kick. There's 3 Tigers players, and it was Sharp who decided to go the fist. This might work out. Maishman, who kicks up towards the 50. And a good contest too over the top. Charleston working on Hansen. And we'll have it thrown in where the 50 and the boundary line intersect. Werribee into attack. It's a 2-goal ball game. 2 straight 12 playing no score. 9.5 minutes gone in this opening quarter. Round 17 action from Burbank Oval. We'll go around the ground shortly. Meese front position as per usual. You're going to have a day out today, I think, Nick Meese, as Hansen laying the tackle. Ball going nowhere. Neither is Adam Markon. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Just need something to get them going here, Werribee. So the ball thrown up. Markon trying to come through, but it's Myers who was dumped into the turf.
71-19, the last score we've got there, Pete, of the Pies and the North Ballarat game.
And I suspect that'll be closing in on half-time. The game an hour ahead of ours. Meanwhile, Seagulls with first possession, Dorgan, the 50-gamer, trying to paddle it into the path of Gibbons. He can't control it. It's over the line right in front of the Williamstown bench. Just slightly into attack for Werribee. Hasn't really hit the heights just yet this game, but still plenty of time as the ball's tossed back in. Good throw in too. Meese having to come forward. Markon just lost a handle on it. Maishman there. He shot a handball out, but straight into trouble. No one can get clear from a little pack that's forming at the moment. Riddle at the bottom of the pack. And the umpire says, give it to me again. You hear that wind in our effects mics swirling around as the umpire throws the ball up. Clearing kick from Kavara right near the line. It's gone out of bounds on the full. Turnover to the Tigers.
And in danger of just rolling and rolling and rolling there. Picked up by one of the support staff there for Werribee, and they'll bring it back in. Centre wing, it's going to be hard to avoid that line this afternoon. The Tigers trying to get something going here at centre wing. Kicking in the man on the mark is Schultz. He's going to follow up. It's stolen away by Aylett though. He came back to Bucks. That was nicely done. They're going to come around on the right boot. Bit of a dodgy old kick. Meese clears the path. Allowed that's Mark on to come through with the footy. Kicks to the pocket. He wants a man and he gets him. Beautiful skills. Wonderful vision, but then the ability to hit the target. Second to none.
Yeah, it was Schultz there.
Now what can he manage here? Again, he's going to be kicking just to the left-hand post. So he's going to have to kick it a little harder than he might if he was on the other side of the ground. But they've mastered the conditions so far. Williamstown as Schultz comes in. He's wobbled it close to the line. Was there a second grab mark? It's touched over the line. One behind, 2-1-13. At the 12-minute mark of the opening term, Werribee yet to score.
So McFarlane kicking out. Going a long ball intended for Maishman. One grab, two. Going to be paid it? Yes. Umpire said had enough of it. Takes the mark at defensive 50. On the expensive home side, we can only dream about. We'd probably be able to scrape our money together, you and I, Leedsy, and probably be able to afford a brick. That would be it. Not the actual whole house, as Greiser getting onto this, trying to mop up. Handball across to Charleston and works there to Wheeler. Ball going in short is okay. Schultz again, very prominent, working with Condon, the 23rd player. A long ball, Mark-on, flew way too early and gave away the free kick. And it's going to be advantage paid anyway. Aylett, who trying to clear defensive 50, got some space on the C side, working there. Petterwood goes with a high ball. This could work over the back. It does. They've got some space here now, the Tigers. The kick going into the pocket. Can it be kept in? No. Trying to keep it in is Tom Allard. He couldn't do so, and we'll have it thrown in deep into attack here for Werribee. Troubled the scorers as yet. 2-1-13. And a half gone in this opening quarter. It's building up nicely. Round 17 of the Peter Jackson VFL. Collingwood comfortable over North Ballarat over at Victoria Park. There's the ball to be tossed back in here. The Rucks go at it. Willie Wheeler almost kicked it into the head there of Cordy. Ooh. Trying to find some space, and that's a high tackle. There'll be a Williamstown free kick and mark on. Was thinking about giving away the handball, decided against it. He's got Charleston as an option laterally, decides to use that. Charleston going over the top. Wow, into the path of Masters. Almost had his head and body taken off by Allard. Ball in dispute right near the interchange bench. Charleston does manage to keep it in. Goes with the handball over the top to Pickus, who can go for a run. Take a couple of bounces. He's worked a three. Handball over the top. There's still a chance here. Cordy back to Pickus, who's trying to bring this ball across the face of goal. Good hands coming in from the defence there, working hard for him. He's got a bit of space now. He can go back out the other side and runs outside defensive 50 and goes with a long ball, long kick. Peter Fawkes, I think, giving away the free kick he has. It's a nice little contest there. Corbett coming up the ground. Kick is short, the kick is good. Now a long ball inside 50, but front position. Nicely done, Nick Newman. He takes the mark.
He's going to head to the back flank. That's neat enough, and Williamstown control it through Tippett. Beautiful setting here at Williamstown near the can bar. A half back for Tippett. He's going to go with his left foot. Wants a mark down the line. He's not going to get one. Good fly there in the air from Mackay, but couldn't take it. Danger out the back for Sipos if he can get a run on. He's against Robinson. He paddles to himself, backtracks, then the looping handball over the top. She's asked a lot of Donnell, who just fists it forward volleyball style. It's going to end up with Sharp. He's dispossessed, working hard at ground level. Who's going to come up with it? It is the Tigers. Well played. Aylett goes across to Fordham, deep in the back pocket, looking for something. He's going to return to the defensive goal square where Mackay takes it and gives it to Robinson, and they're out of trouble just for the moment. They'll wait for some cavalry to arrive.
Well, I get the feeling we're going to be switching a little bit here. It's going straight back from where it came from. This time can they get out? It's Barrack in the opposite pocket who's finally got it. And he's got the little chipping option over the top, and that was Fordham, who went straight with a handball. May not have been the best option because his teammate was in a little bit of trouble. It's the kick going high. Hanson put the hand up, couldn't complete the mark. Ball here into the path of Lindsay Thomas. Still it spills free. Still it's an opportunity. Over the top there, Gribble Working back to Thomas, who's gone to ground. He's wrapped up in the tackle, and the umpire says, give it to me. It's an interesting one, Lindsay Thomas, in this Werribee side. Where is his career going? Is the ball here? Wheeler picking it up from the contest to Tippett, who just clears up towards centre wing. Williamstown player couldn't keep his feet. Hanson did, picked up the footy, worked it across to McFarlane, who throws in the high ball. Fawkes is there with the fist. Thomas, bouncing footy, put it through! That is an incredible kick! Was he trying to square up, or was he trying to have the shot? I don't know. But he's put it through. That's extraordinary. 1 straight 6 Werribee. Williamstown 2-1-13, 17 gone in the opening quarter. Something special.
It might just be a day for magnificent goals, but you commented earlier that the Development League game had a few in it, and wow.
It's extraordinary.
That's a nice way to get on the board for Lindsay this afternoon.
Around the grounds, the Pies 11-5-71 leading North Ballarat 3-1-19.
So back in the middle, Meese gets him going. Little tap, no good for Jolly. Through traffic here, Wheeler. He's picked up by Gribble. And we'll do it all again. That was a magnificent effort by Lindsay Thomas. Back in the middle again. Hanson has to backtrack. He got the handle away to McFarlane. Quick hands. Out the back for Taylor to Barrick. Needs to go quickly. Looking for King. Right up against the line. On the wing, and it will go over. And I'll toss it back in. Again, hard work for this boundary umpire, Pete, right into the teeth of the breeze.
Is that that'd be goal of the year, wouldn't it? Would have to be.
Remarkable.
Would have to be. I'd like to seek confirmation from Cam, who's doing a wonderful job behind the camera. Is that be goal of the year? Be very close. Ball tossed back in. Gribble trying to pick it up. Wheeler wrapping him up in the tackle. The umpire will throw the ball up. Actually, should say congratulations to Cam and the folks down at Port Melbourne. No, they have a good win in their game against Coburg yesterday, but a wonderful fundraiser for the great Fred Cook at the social rooms. Raised plenty of money. There were some good times, some great names down there giving up their time, including Sam Newman, who I believe actually bought all the auction items. He just bid and got all of them. Such is the respect that he has for the great Fred Cook and plenty of his friends and plenty of Port Melbourne supporters getting around him as well. About 150 people there. It was a great night, so well done to all concerned there as the ball here in Pongrassic just trying to kick it into space. And well done there, Schultz laying the tackle on Munro, and the umpire will throw the ball in. Congratulations to Gary Ayres too, game number 200 as a coach in the VFL. So a couple of milestones we've been celebrating across this weekend. Of course, Frankston being readmitted to the competition. Plenty of great things happening around the place. As this ball into space, and Zeri just rounding into trouble. They're playing a lot better now, the Tigers, as this ends up with Fordham. His kick side 50, looking for Lockie Hanson. Got a couple to beat. Nick Singh gets there first and runs over the boundary line. We'll have it thrown in about 15 metres around from the Werribee goal. It's 2-1-13 playing 1 straight 6. We're into time on in this opening quarter.
So 25 around from the point post. The Tigers desperate to get going here. Thomas got his hand up. I'm not sure if that means he's going to go into the ruck here. He's got Petterwood lurking around. I think that's where we're headed against Meese. Can't quite get around the big fella. No surprises there. Charleston. Oh, he's taken a ground by Thomas. That's holding the footy. Well, he might not have been able to contest in the ruck, but he did a great job at ground level. And he will line up from 40 out on a 45-degree angle. A little bit of feeling for Robinson. Josh Newman's down there. Charleston. Just got to be careful here. Got the foot in yet. Best goal kicking hands. Don't want to give it away. Thomas had the first. This may be slightly less miraculous if he can put it through, which he does, but no less important. They're second of the afternoon. It's a point the difference. Williamstown 2-1-13. Werribee 2 straight 12 at the 21-minute mark of this opening term.
Yep. And just steadying the ship nicely. They're winning the midfield battle
Yep.
The Tigers at the moment. Good defensive pressure. And they're able to rebound the ball out. And they're doing it so methodically.
Yeah, you called it, Pete. In the last couple of minutes, they've looked better.
So I'll give you a round the ground score from the MCG. Half time, Demons by 32. 9-6-60 plays 4-4-28. There's the ball back in the middle here. Mark on, high up and under from the ruck contest. Good mark taken by Pinnock. As he goes back, potentially dangerously to Fordham, who goes back the other way, looking for Barrack. Just exited the 50. Point of the square defensive side for Werribee on the base side of the grounds. Thinks about the long option, then goes to the tall option. Zeri, good work against Meese. Now you can see teammate running, and they've got an opportunity, but in comes Benny Cavara to affect the spoil. Nice smother and follow-up effort too. Getting it done at both ends of the ground, and Bucks not sure what's going on. They pile in on top of the footy, and the umpire will throw it up. Half forward here for Werribee.
Great contest.
Yep. Kicked 5 goals last week, Benny Cavara. He's now the leading goal scorer for Williamstown, but they've got such an even spread of goal kickers each game. It's going to be important come finals time. Maishman, a high ball. Forks there. Players going down, a little bit of push and shove there. Might be Charleston involved in that. Meanwhile, ball right near the boundary line. Dorgan. Oh, that's too high on Fordham. And Fordham will take the free kick. He wants to go on with it quickly. Dangerous. 3-on-1 in favour of the Seagulls. It fell to King. Now they've got some options. Hansen trying to bring the ball back. He does. Matt Hansen with his first of the afternoon. And Werribee 3 straight 18. Williamstown 2-1-13. 23 and a half gone in this opening quarter.
He's a good player, isn't he? Really had a good, strong year. That's his 11th goal from his 16th match, and he looks quality. Werribee will be well pleased with his output. It's a nice classy finish too, to go with all that midfield grunt. So Williamstown know they're in a game again. Kicked the first couple and looked a better side, but Werribee have come to play in the last couple of minutes. Here's Gibbons through the middle. Going to swing onto that right boot of his. Heads to half forward. Barrack up against Donnell. Donnell kept his feet but took the arms of Barrack. It'll be Riley's footy at half back. Now there's some space here for Hansen to work into. He might have just gone a little early with Tippett on him. Now Hansen's asking for Thomas to join the party. Not a bad duo for Werribee to kick to. Barrack spots that, and he's going to drive it to half forward. Hansen's on the burst. Free kick off the ball. Now, where's this one?
I'll tell you, Jack Charleston involved again.
So there's a little bit of feeling between that contest, and Ellard's the man who's given it to Jack, who's going to take it at half back. It's just not a moment where they haven't been very close, those two, so far this afternoon. Charleston takes it at half back. He's going to kick a long ball with the advantage of the breeze. It gets the 50 metres. Big fly from a couple of goals, but it's all Werribee at ground level. Now there a chance to run it through Lindsay Thomas. He has a bounce. He has 2. He can run to 50 with 3. He 45. He sizes up the options. Drills it home. Oh, there's a touch of class from Lindsay. It was a bullet off his boot. They get their 4th of the afternoon, 4 straight 24. Williamstown 2-1-13, 26 gone, opening term.
You do not want to give Lindsay Thomas that sort of space, and he had time to steady. He was balanced as he kicked through the footy, and as we've seen, we're talking about in the Development League game earlier, that's the pocket, the scoring pocket. Although he's done it from both sides so far, that's a classy finish.
And he's on track for 12. It'll be some sort of afternoon.
Well, they'll be wanting to shut him down very, very quickly. Back in the middle, as we've played almost 26 minutes. It's Wheeler getting it off to Gibbons. Handball is off target. Sharp coming through. He can't get a good handle on it. Wheeler back in there again, kicking towards the 50. Barrack's going to see the ball over the line. Donnell on his hammer. The umpire says throw it in. 24 plays 13. 26 minutes gone. 2 special goals from Lindsay Thomas. Around the 15-minute mark. Another one we've just seen a minute ago. There's the balls to be tossed back in. Meese going to work with Zeri. Meese front position, gets it down to Mark on, steadies to 45. His kicks off target though. Went with the breeze. 2-2-14 playing 4 straight 24. A 10-point ball game as we head towards quarter time here at Burbank.
So Bucks has the footy in his defensive goal square. Going to go on that right boot. Wants some purchase outside the arc. Masters going back with the fight. Really good protection from his teammate, and he takes it. Now, this is just about the spot to kick from. He's outside the arc. He's not going to take the shot. He steers it into the path of a lead. No good. Going to be chopped off by Hansen at ground level. He heads back to whence it came, and that's good work from McFarlane. Got around Masters in front of the Mr. Whippy van. Down the line. That was well played. And Munro on the burst. Takes the mark, turns quickly. Oh, it's turned over. Jolly got the handball away. Singh bombs long inside the 50 for Williamstown. Going back, Bucks. The bounce important. Sits up for him. Puts him under pressure. Under all sorts of pressure in the end. Did well to get the handball away to Mackay, who just gets them out of trouble for the moment. Looking for McFarlane. He takes the mark.
He does. He's got some players on in the middle of the ground. Williams was one of those. Decides against that. So thinking of going along the boundary line, and does. This is a high kick. No one can take the mark. Working at the back, Pickers dragged down. Umpire says he was legged. And so Josh Pickers to take the free kick. As we play 28 minutes in this opening quarter. Good representation up on that bank area. Nice crowd today. And getting behind both of these sides as Pickers goes long. Barrick over the back. Trying to get through Corbett. Was dispossessed. It's dribbled over the line. We'll have it thrown in. On the centre wing. Just into attack for Werribee. Lead this by 10 points. It was all Williamstown early on. We got 2-1 on the board before we got the first score from the Tigers. Nice tap down from Meese into the path of Gibbons. Can't quite pick it up though. Working hard, sharp. Did really well. Trying and find some space. And can't do so. And it's wrapped up again. They'll be happy with this. The Tigers. Mark on picking himself up. Hansen.
I think that's Condon, who's really sore. This might have called for some attention from the physios with a right shoulder.
There's Meese. Just trying to get that front position as per usual. Trying to work there. Maybe being held the Werribee player by Schultz. Another stalemate. Half forward for the Tigers. We got one more goal left in us. 29 minutes gone in the opening term.
Just waving away any assistance at the moment, Condon, but he looks sore. Not sure he wants to be in a contest in the next couple of minutes. King through the middle here. Hansen toe poked it forward. Well done, the big fella. Zeri got it away. Gribble on the left. Drags it across as he's tackled. It was good pressure from Wheeler. Affected the kick. Williamstown play on quickly. The mark is taken in the back pocket. So a man straight onto the ground. Physiotherapist Andrew Hocking down there looking at Condon. Gee, it's a dangerous ball in board here. Williamstown putting themselves under all sorts of pressure. Robinson in the tackling. And it's not going to come out. They'll toss it up on the 50. Werribee attacking 4-1-25 to 2-2-14. Good game of footy, 30 gone opening term.
It is a very good game of footy. Meese again, Zeri over the top. He's got that height advantage. Works down to King for Werribee. Right on attacking 50. Has to go back in again, just paddling in front of him. Trying to pick up the ball, Zeri, off his shoelaces. That's on his best position. The umpire will throw it up again as the players converge on the footy.
Looks like Condon's being taken down into the rooms here, Pete. So we'll keep an eye on that one. It's very sore on that right shoulder.
And we have a blood rule. Now, is it Zeri? It is Zeri who's going to come from the ground.
Like what he's done so far, Pete.
Yeah. Well, he stands at 202 centimetres. He played his first game last week on Etihad Stadium. A big moment for him. And he's backing it up nicely here. Harry Boyd also went through the development ranks at Werribee. So now with this change, it does open the door for Nick Meese, who jumps over the top because it was Lindsay Thomas. He's opposite ruckman. How does that work? Working here, Willie Wheeler. He's ridden into the turf.
Gee, Hansen was strong on Wheeler then.
You do not want to give Willie Wheeler an inch of space. Again, toss back up. It's Boyd into the ruck. As this kick going high, deep into the pocket for Werribee. Good mark, Corbett. Good pack mark. And he's getting some advice from Lindsay Thomas. And I think you should take it on board, Josh, because he kicked a beautiful goal. He knows what to do with the breeze.
A nice size, Josh Corbett, 190 centimetres.
8 goals in 6 games this season. And a big one, 32 minutes into the first. Corbett's kick is flat, but it's straight. And he's put it through. That just floated through.
I'm not sure any of the information Lindsay passed on was relevant, but he got the desired result.
5-1-31 plays 2-2-14. Werribee leading Williamstown. 32 minutes gone in this opening quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
It was a good old-fashioned flour bag, but it did the job.
It just took off, didn't it?
Gee, they'd be
Haven't
very
seen a
happy with
flower
this
bag
pick.
take off like that before.
No. No, he timed it perfectly. So Cordy into the ruck here. And it's going to be Hanson with half a chance, but Cordy's high after it bounced. Got it away to Mark on, down to Wheeler, and away Williamstown go. Inside the 50, Mackay takes the mark. And he's going to go on his right boot. Heads to the outer side. Now Markon's going back with the flight here against Maishman. He takes a nice mark. Going to spin round quickly. What's on offer inside that forward 50? They've jammed it up nicely. Werribee came to Bucks from McFarlane to Barrick. They get themselves out of trouble again. And a one-hander going back with the flight from Maishman. Magnificent.
He had to calculate the distance there. He's kicked short, hits Gribble on the half volley. He's brought down by Wheeler and they've turned the footy over. Masters off a step from 50. It's a high ball 2-on-1 in favour of the away team, but it's Kavara again. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. And he kicks the goal. And that's an important goal. Heading into quarter time. 5-1-31 Werribee. Williamstown 3-2-20. 34 minutes gone in this opening quarter. There have been a lot of stoppages, and we've got the 8 goals on the board, but even still, we can't be too far away.
If you can give me any reason why I'd want to be a coach after watching the last 20 seconds, I'm all ears. John Lamont must be just wondering what the hell's going on.
Good news during the week for John Lamont. Signed up again for 2018 as senior coach. And there is your siren. What an entertaining quarter of footy that was between these two sides. 5-1-31 Werribee, Williamstown 3-2-20. 34 minutes that first quarter. And we've seen some miraculous goals. 2 of them from Lindsay Thomas. He's got 3 on the day so far. And singles to Corbett and Hanson. That's Matt Hanson. Not lucky.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au.
and upgrade to digital.
Last year, Vision Australia helped more than 33,000 people who are blind or have low vision. So if you find that glasses are no longer helping and you're struggling to complete daily tasks, why not give us a call? Our free services, provided by specialist staff, can help increase your independence. We also offer advice on equipment and provide training in how to travel around safely with limited vision. Vision Australia can help you make a real difference. Call us now, 1300 847466.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wickham up first. Craig Lowndes
And
second.
you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM Media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus, check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
I'm a digital radio.
And I'm a digital TV. Now, you may remember when TV went digital.
Yes, and you got a lot more channels and a better picture.
Well, buying a digital radio is the same.
Exactly. I've got up to 30 extra radio stations, plus all your old faves, and I sound amazing.
Yeah, but I look amazing.
Yeah, but this is a radio ad, so no one can see you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to hear this station like you have never heard it before,
Buy a digital radio.
head into your nearest retailer and upgrade digital.
Next Sunday, Peter Jackson VFL Live is at Punt Road Oval for the Round 18 clash between Richmond and Sandringham. The Tigers are assured of a spot in the September finals action, while Sandringham will need a win to keep their faint finals hopes alive. Catch all the action next Sunday morning from 11:45 on the Red Time Sport iPhone app and video and audio stream through vfl.com.au.
Peter Jackson, VFL Live, online, on digital radio.
31, the MCG. 9:660 to 4:529, 6 minutes into the third quarter. And the other game is at Collingwood's taking on the North Ballarat Roosters, and at Victoria Park. They're in the third quarter. And the last score we had about 5 or so minutes ago, the Pies are up by 58 points. But a good start here, great contest, and it's interesting, Leedsy, because we talk about the breeze, and it's blowing. We have it as blowing across the ground, but notionally it looks like Werribee have the breeze.
Yeah.
Had the breeze in that first quarter, made the most of it.
Looked like they were able to move the footy with a little more precision, didn't it, coming out of the back line? So might be a better indication at half time. But gee, they've had a real contribution from Lindsay Thomas, which has been magnificent. But the other stuff they've done has just been really, really impressive. You know, some of the guys that aren't on AFL lists contributing across the board. And, you know, Dane McFarlane's done some really good stuff.
Yep.
Maishman, obviously.
Harrison, Gary King.
Yeah, really good. And even in the ruck, you know, Zeri's been really strong in there and giving them a contest. So Lockie Hansen's probably yet to have a real impact, so they might have a bit of development there. And what they did against Port Melbourne is the stars came to the fore when they needed them to.
Yep.
And so far, they've got a really good return from Thomas today. And I think that is a tribute to John Lamond, who's really been able to get them all in a room and get them contributing on the same page. So hopefully it continues, because I've got to say I thought they were coming in undermanned today, Werribee, and I thought Williamstown were really good things. And now they find themselves in a pretty good position.
As the spectators make their way off the ground, the Werribee huddle just breaking up. And good crowding today. Really is a great atmosphere, and you suspect that if all goes to plan, they may even have a sneaky chance of hosting a first final here, potentially. We'll wait and see on that. Still with 2 more rounds to go of the 2017 Peter Jackson VFL home and away season. What a finish we have coming. All the spots up for grabs all the way through. We'll go to about 10th. Maybe even 11th if we're being generous, still in mathematical sort of possibilities. But we'll have a full ladder for you at the end of our broadcast today when the Collingwood score comes in, and obviously this score, and how things are looking with 2 rounds to come. 5-1-31 Werribee. Williamstown 3-2-20. As the Werribee coaching staff makes its way off the ground. And we will be underway in a matter of seconds. Breeze remaining strong. Umpire holds the ball aloft, Michael Leeds. 5-1-31 Werribee. Williamstown 3-2-20.
Set to go in the middle. Blustery day here at Williamstown. An 11-point margin to the visitors as Zeri's back on the ground, but he will have to go at it again after the umpire recalled the bounce. Just a little sore finger there for Zeri as That footy came down. He's going to toss it up this time, the umpire, straight to Meese, who knocks it down. Marcon's there, got it to Gibbons. He's tackled by Petterwood. Petterwood's going to go at ground level. Well tackled, good pressure. Came to Marcon, streams away from the pack, kicks a high ball. Cordy's got the set and he takes the mark. Right on the 50 against Mackay. He's 55 away from goal now. He's going to kick quickly. It's a tumbling ball inside the 50 and Schultz takes the mark. Not by design, I don't fancy, but it worked out okay.
I reckon you're right. It just dropped right at the right spot.
And Schultz, again, is just all throughout the year found himself at the right place in the right time, and he'll kick from really 25 out, not much of an angle to contend with. Breeze might be a little tricky, but if he just stabs this low and hard into the tennis courts, he should be okay. Bit of air left, yeah. He's got underneath it a little bit and the breeze took it away, so disappointing result for Schultz there. 5-1-31 Werribee, 3-4-22 I think it is. 3-3-21.
3-3-21. Remember, finger on the button.
Oh, yes.
As this kick goes long and deep outside the 50. Zeri trying to get hands to it. Has anyone touched that? It's gone a long way. Yep, it is off hands. It will be thrown in right near the Williamstown interchange bench.
Yeah, just about the best in the business here, isn't it? Scoreboard operator. Almost before it's gone through.
Must do plenty of practice just pushing buttons during the day. So the ball tossed back in, and it's a shallow one. We might do this again.
Oh,
no, I said play on.
on.
So Meese just tapped it down into the path of Gribble. It stayed in.
We're going to get
and now it goes out. We'll do it again anyway. So let's see, take two this time. And maybe the field umpire could say, boys, just get in 5 metres closer. There's now. Oh, that is perfect. That throw in.
Yep.
Straight down to Meese. Gribble. Oh, he's ridden into the ground too. Oh, the big man. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up.
It's not a good place to be caught.
Can someone please reinflate Tom Gribble? Because I think he's had the air just taken out of him. He's tough though. Ball again thrown up. Zeri again over the top. Hansen pushed off his kick. It falls to Meishman, who just sends a tumbler up the line. No one can get clean possession. Meishman followed up his kick. He had time to go down and get it. He kicks just to the 50, and letting the ball over the line is Corbett, and will have it thrown in. 10-point ball game. The margin was 11 at quarter time. As it's tossed back in, the breeze picking up. As it's tossed back in on the digits. Zeri again with the height difference. Gribble. Oh, he's going to be ridden to the turf again by Meese. This time the ball spills free. And we've got another stalemate. No, they pole back in on top and the umpire will throw it up.
So at half forward, Werribee attacking. 10 points to margin. 3.5 gone second term. This is a nice start for the Tigers, fighting for that final spot in the 8 tonight, as the ball is going to go their way out of the ruck contest. A free kick for Zeri. And Tristan has it in game number 2. He's 52 out, so he's going to kick a long ball to the top of the square. Hands on the target. Thomas a chance. Well tackled by Charleston. Good disciplined defence from Jack. And they'll toss it up at the top of the square. They find themselves in another good place here, Werribee. Thomas, dangerous in this circumstance. Corbett's going to go up in the ruck. Lindsay's lurking. Sharp's around the footy. Meese goes to the line. Is that going to be called deliberate? It is not. They'll toss it back in. Forward pocket. 25 around from the point post. Bay side of the ground. Big crowd in here to celebrate Ben Jolly's 250th for Willie. They're being treated to a good game of footy so far too. Now, the umpire will toss it back in for Meese to go to work again. Thomas does the ruck work. He's strong. He takes it out of the ruck. Has a snap, and it's across the face. Hansen can't take the mark. Corbett's a little chance. Right near the line. Fawkes has got him. Was that in the back? I fancy it was. Umpire says no, toss it in. And that's where it'll finish. This time we're 10 metres around from the point post on the opposite side of the ground underneath the scoreboard.
Right. Lindsay Thomas just being shoved over. He goes to ground. Dangerous practice, Lindsay. As the ball's tossed back in. Meese grabbed it out of the ruck. His kick was smothered though. Hanson with an O, dragged into the turf, and the umpire will come in again, throw the ball up. Had a little bit of a complaint about our effects mics. Apparently ours not good enough. Cam demanding that we use his. Have a listen to the stereo sound. Pretty sure ours did too. It's working in symphonies. The kick goes high. It's a long ball right to the top of the goal square. There's a bit of a push out. There'll be a free kick going the way of the Tigers. Umpire in a good position. And it looks like Corbett again who's got it. Or no, he passed the footy off. And it's Tom Allard who's got a top of the goal square. Comes in. Kick. Oh, he's missed it. Well, that'll make the Williamstown supporters here happy. That is a huge let-off for the Seagulls. It's the kick going outside. What's happened here? The umpire is saying 50 metres. It's a 50 metres going the way of the Seagulls. So the ball will come all the way down the ground. It might have been a downfield free kick. It's hard to say because Nick Meese has it. Edge of the square. 32 plays 21. He'll set his teammates running. As Meese again lays a big shepherd on Lindsay Thomas. Meese just throwing his weight around. Now here's Charleston. Handball over the top. Into the path of Pickus. He works it back out. They've got another opportunity here, the Seagulls. It's a high, long ball. Myers. Ball goes to the back. Allard's there. Tracking it towards the line. This ball should stay in. Nicely kept in. Nicely contained by Seri. It eventually does go out. We will have it thrown in. This game's gone up a gear, Leedsy. 32 plays 21. We've played 7 minutes in the second quarter.
Bongrasic and Pinnock just having a little word to each other. Thomas been set on his backside once or twice. They throw it back in. Meese the man. Got it away to mark on. His
around two. Around the body. He's got it! This is a high-quality game of footy right at the business end of the season. Mark-on with his first goal for today and brings the margin back. 5-2-32 Werribee, 4-4-28 Williamstown. almost 9 minutes gone in this second quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
3 precious minutes ago, Allard had a shot from 15 out directly in front, followed by a 50-metre penalty was the miss. And now, a little class from Mark-on has back to a 4-point margin. Good game of footy.
Excellent game of footy.
Schultz back onto the ground. To date, that Werribee defence has held strong, but they're going to have their work cut out again. Good stuff in the ruck. But that was Zeri who got it going Werribee's way. Wheeler, though, a little stab inboard. That's a nice kick. Found his man. They're off and running through Condon. Back on the ground from that shoulder. Long ball inside the 50. Free kick. Which way is it going? To Werribee against Sipos. And is it? No. Umpires thought he was going to go for 50 there for a little back chat, but it'll come back to Boyd, who positioned himself perfectly. Comes back across the ground, and that's nicely done to Barrick. A little bit of effects from the Williamstown crowd to Aylett. It didn't affect him though, took the mark and then drove it to the wing. Free kick on play. Going to go to Werribee. Not sure Peter Mercado liked that one. Not sure
it was there though.
Did either.
It was there.
Robinson, defensive side of centre wing. They're starting to find their voice, this crowd. Robinson goes with his left boot. It's knocked on by Hanson away from Schultz. At ground level, good tackle. It made it spill though, fortuitously for Hanson to Fordham. Inside the 50, across the face. He wants Thomas to go to work on Charleston. He does, Lindsay. Charleston picked it up, but then Lindsay got him. Spilled for Jolly. Back to Charleston. He got the handball away in the nick of time. Mark-on's there to lend a hand. He goes by hand, hoping for Jolly. Bounce no good for Williamstown. Fordham in the box seat. Got it back. That was nicely done to Hanson. And then a little kick around the corner. Sets it to 25. That big fly. Is the mark being paid? No. Play on, said the umpire. The Gulls under all sorts of pressure. Hillard's in there laying a tackle. And they'll toss it up 35 out directly in front.
Oh, it's just going up for the gears in this second quarter. We've played 11 minutes. He's trying to get the tap down and does. Wheeler going nowhere in a hurry. Still managed to dribble a kick outside defensive 50. They're still in a spot of bother. Pongrasic on hands and knees. Just had to paddle the ball in front of him. He's going nowhere fast. Going down, taking the footy is Allard. May have had some time. May have had an opportunity. The umpire says, give it to me.
Great discipline defensively, Pete, from both sides, tackling hard but not giving a free kick away.
It's methodical. As Meese uncontested that time down upon Grassick, but he lost it out to Hanson, who throws the ball up nice and high. Allard and Mark go at it. It falls to Maishman from 52 metres out. Hits a high ball all the way to the goal square. Good defensive work here from the Seagulls as they look to clear the ball. Will this stay in? Dorgan does well and now kicks high up the line. It's a long ball. Oh, it's a good mark by Masters right in front of his interchange bench, trying to set them into attack here, the Seagulls. A long helicopter ball drops into the pocket. That's a good mark to Schultz. King wasn't going to let him get away. And now Schultz, well, we think with the breeze, for most people, this would be a tricky shot. But I think Lockie Schultz shouldn't have too many problems with the angle. He's 30 metres out. He's right near the boundary line, about 10 in from the boundary line. The angle of this ground, he's got a bit of goal face to look at. As the breeze picks up, it holds up. Has he brought it home? Yes, he has! No problem. Schultz, goal number 23 for the season. And that's just a spread of goal kickers they had. Kavara, 27 goals. Schultz now 23. And you've got Aaron Sipos, who's on 22. Ace Cordy on 17. Lee Masters on 20.
Remarkable sharing, and that was just a classy finish from a man who knows the conditions. Back to 10 points, Pete, in the AFL. The Demons, the Saints, are coming hard after trailing by 32 at half-time. Here, we are being treated to some sort of game of footy.
98-19, third quarter action of Victoria Park. Collingwood leading North Ballarat. We'll get a three-quarter time score in a moment.
Wheeler streams out of the middle, goes inside the 50, at the back Boyd. He's going to be beaten to the footy, out the back. Chance now, little handball for Sipos, around the corner, spotted a man out of the corner of his eye. Big fly from Schultz, he couldn't take the mark at the top of the square, and then he got into his man's back, a fancy. Not by design, but Pinnock was there, and he just fell into him. And Werribee have the footy in their defensive pocket. Pinnock looking for something to present. Going to head to the outer side. At the back, Hanson tried to get a hand on it and only got a hand on a man, did he? Yeah, Wheeler was the man underneath the footy. And Lockie crashed into him. Donnell provides one lead. He ignores that. Had Condon shorter for just a moment. And now he sets himself to kick to one of these big high flyers they've got. A long ball. They need to fly early. Cordy does. Who's down? Knocked away. Masters half a chance. He's well tackled. Handball spills free. Still to be won at ground level. It's Werribee over the top of the footy. Mark on tackles Maishman as he gets up and tries to soldier on. But the umpire calls it back. He'll toss it up 20 out. Slide angle. Chance for Williamstown again. Cordy knocked it down. Oh, is that Jolly with a little toe poke? Ooh. Just to the right-hand side. The crowd was up momentarily. It's 35-32, 15 gone second term.
Every time he goes near it today, the man with 250 games, he's going to get a huge cheer from the faithful. Oh, gee, McFarlane making a meal of the kick to himself, and now he's put it out of bounds on the full. Ace Cordy still would have had the strength and the space to take the mark, but didn't have to. He's going to take the free kick. He's 65 from goal. A little bit of shepherding on the mark. He kicks right up near the goal square. They're going to be the mark to Donnell. It is. Well, standing there is Mackay thinking, well, I had a huge piece of that. The umpire says no. It was Sammy Donnell who controlled it. Speaking of goal kickers this season, I didn't mention him in the bracket. 19 goals from his 15 games this season. Sammy Donnell, such an important part of this Seagulls side. 15 and a half minutes gone. His kick is off target. 5-6-36. Oh, I got him before the scoreboard attendant. I've made history. 5-2-32 Werribee. Clearly this is the scoring end, Michael Leeds. See what Werribee can do kicking into it.
McFarlane took the gamble. He set it up, and that's a good answer from Williams. He was the man one out, took the mark, but now the turnover's on. The Gulls have done well. Chance for Newman. Little right foot kick. Top of the square. Mackay takes the defensive mark.
Good mark.
This is a good game of footy. Finds Robinson in the back pocket. Crowd right into it. Handball to Maishman at half-back. He just goes along the line, but he's going to keep it in. He's set it up nicely in the end. The mark wasn't taken, but quick hands okay for Munro. He knocks it onto the advantage there of his teammate. Coming over the top was Meese. He made sure it wasn't going anywhere, and the Big Bear wraps them all up. The umpire says, "I'll have it, gentlemen," right in front of Werribee's changeover, and they do a little bit of that work as the ball is so close. 36-32.
It looks like the main street of Werribee there with all those changes. The ball going over the line. Gibbons and Hanson working together. If that stays the way it is, that'll be a hell of a matchup if those two end up playing on each other for vast swathes of the game. And now Hanson just gets stuck into Willie Wheeler. Nice little contest all over the ground. Meanwhile, Maishman is ridden into the turf by Wheeler. No call from the umpire. Now it is. It's holding the footy. They had plenty of time. And a free kick going the way of the Seagulls. W squared is a little coming together right near where W squared took the kick. And the great mark taken by Donnell. He'll kick from 49 out. A couple of folks just looking to drive by perhaps. No, Sammy's going to have the shot. So we can make a better fist of this one. Margin is 4 points, 17.5 into the second.
Fancy would have learned, Pete.
Riley Barrick standing the mark for Werribee. As the kick comes in from just on the paint of 50. He's given it everything, but misses to the left-hand side. 5-7-37, playing 5-2-32, 18 minutes gone. Second quarter action on Peter Jackson VFL Live today. I'll get you a three-quarter time score from Victoria Park in a moment.
Zeri and Mackay on the flank. That's where the target is. Hanson over the back. Got it down for his mate Matt Hanson. He's under all sorts of pressure. Strong tackle from Chazari. And they'll ping it back in on the half-forward flank. A bit of Robinson now on Jolly. It's been King for the majority of the afternoon, but they've just changed the role for now.
It's a hell of a task for the young player.
Would have seen all of this before, Ben, and he's going to go to work at ground level. Oh, well played, Meese. Got it away. Little kick inboard. Greiser was affected by the tackle. Now a chance at ground level. Hanson's there for Werribee. Lays a good tackle. Makes sure that it's locked in. Well, it's hard to know. At every contest, who's got the better position if it comes out. It's a ferocious footy just at the moment.
Yep.
Meese for Maishman. Little one around the corner. Can he find a man at the wing? He does. Well played sharp. On to Munro, who can bust the line. Greiser gave chase, but he fell over. That allowed Munro to steady
Hit the post.
Hit the post. I think it was the fat part of the post, in fairness to Munro.
Correct. He just just slow down just that little bit more. I think Lindsay Thomas was calling him in just to steady. Let's see the kick out. Long ball over the back. Cordy couldn't take it. Sipos is there trying to pick it up. Instead, Paddle's in front of him. We're in the centre circles. He's going to lose the handle and have to lay the tackle now, which he does a good job of. And the umpire will throw it up. Almost into time on in this second quarter. 37 plays 33. Williamstown in front. As it's tossed up. Meese down to Wheeler. Taken off at Hanson. Went high over the top. Had to get over the top there of Condon. Ball moved all of 1 metre. And again, it's wrapped up. Just trying to go the aerial way over the top, just over your shoulder.
Not the place to do it either.
No.
It's a hard middle.
Getting ready for cricket season coming up. I know someone in this commentary box is excited by that. As the ball here to Wheeler. Round one tackle brought down by Hanson. Still got the kick away into the path of Donnell. Got Riley Barrick for company. Oh, good shepherding work there from Masters, taking him right off the footy. Donnell has time to steady and goes over the top to Masters too. He's 55 from goal. On the expensive home side of the ground. And he kicks right up to the top of the goal square. They're lining up. And it's Aaron Sipos who takes the mark. It was his number in the raffle. And he will line up 20 metres out. Shouldn't have too many problems.
Yeah, it just feels like just hanging on at the moment, Werribee.
But we saw in the opening quarter that they withstood the pressure. They can turn things around quickly. So Aaron Sipos lost his leading goal kicker for the club last week. And he stabbed at that. Oh boy, he's missed that by some distance. 5-8-38, playing 5-3-33. We've gone 21 and a half minutes in this second quarter. That was a bad miss.
Yeah, they've had some bad days in front of goal, Williamstown, this year. Tricky conditions. Nonetheless, it was very kickable. Nice stuff at half-back for Werribee. Gribble has it. Looking for something to present. Petterwood short. Ignores that. On the base side of the ground. He's going to head toward the wing. He'll flirt with the danger of the boundary line, but Thomas flew high and couldn't take the mark. I hope he hasn't hurt his teammate there.
He has.
I think he has. He might have got him in the back of the head. Looks like he's getting up, Corbett, but Lindsay called for the physio straight away. He's up and going. That's good news.
Taking out your own... Come on, Linz.
I need enemies with friends like that, do you? Up in the ruck, knocked down for Gribble, who's working hard on the wing. He's got a bit of space in front of him here. Kicks the half forward. There's not going to be a mark for Corbett. He's going to be set upon here. Is that holding the footy? No. Umpire says, you've had a rough enough 10 seconds. I'll toss it up.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you. Your own teammate just coming across. So the ball to be tossed up. There, he just lost it out to Meese in the end. Working there on Grassick, down to Gibbons, who just pushes it towards the line. Werribee players appealing for deliberate. Nothing doing. 22, almost 23 minutes gone. Second quarter action. So you can hear the breeze through Cam's effects mic today. Toss back in. Meese again getting the tap down. He's just winning that battle in this second quarter. But the ball into the path of Fordham. Got handball over the top to Gribble, who just has to stop and then kick into the pocket, into the path of Thomas. Singh coming through, Charleston as well. Good pressure again from the Seagulls. It ends up with Singh, who just clears the area. It's a long high ball going over the head of Boyd and bouncing over the boundary line and gaining an extra 20 metres as well for the Seagulls. And we'll have it thrown in. Centre wing, 38 plays 33.
Three-quarter time, Melbourne by 10 points still against the Saints.
Okay, and the other game won't be too far away from a start, about 13 minutes away. Down in Tassie, Hawthorn and North Melbourne. If you want an indication of my co-commentator's thoughts on whether the Hawks can make the finals, well, guess what? He's here today.
Not all that thrilled about that prospect either, as Hanson comes away with it. Oh, nice little bounce. He's going to kick inside the 50. He wants a mark inside that 50. He does get one, but unfortunately the wrong colours. Well played, Singh to Charleston. They're on the bounce at half-back. Down the wing. Bounce suits him nicely. Pickett's under pressure from Barrack. Ball spills for Cesare. It was a throw. Oh, yes, that's a good call, umpire.
The umpire was in a good position there to be able to pick that up.
Home crowd won't like it, but it was there. And Barrack will come up with the footy.
Three-quarter time at Victoria Park. 16-11, 107 Collingwood. North Ballarat 3-3-21. They need the percentage, the Pies.
Barrack lets the wind bring this back to half forward. Gee, that's a strong set of hands overhead. Terrific stuff from Billy Myers. And he's going to try and get them going from half back. Read it beautifully through the air. Plenty of kids again at the carousel. He kicks over all of that. Hanson's going to read it nicely at ground level. Matt got the handball away. They're working hard along the wing. Dribble under all sorts of pressure. Turnovers on. Sipos round the corner. Can they catch him out of position? Bucks flew hard at the footy. Couldn't take it on the chest. Butters up nicely through the middle. They're on. Robinson has it. And now he can reassess.
Yep, and he's going to have to go slowly here. The kick across the ground is good. McFarlane's come up the ground. Oh, sells a bit of candy too. Around Schultz, and now kicks a high ball. Thomas has got no chance, but he still creates a spoil. Working into the pocket, plenty of numbers. Greiser just getting the handball back over the top. Charleston, they should work this out. Myers went over his hedge. Schultz is there. He just wants to go with a short ball, and does. Masters takes the mark. Half back for the Seagulls, right near the boundary line on the bay side. 26 minutes gone in this second quarter. 38 plays 33. This is a high ball. Hanson with the E, putting the fist in for Werribee. The ball goes over the line. More changes for both teams. It's always handy when it's right near the interchange gates. Make these transitions very, very swiftly. And As we're closing in on halftime. At halftime, we're going to hear from the man who's playing his 250th game today. Ben Jolly caught up with the VFL Rewind team. We'll have that for you at halftime in this game. There is Jolly. Meese there as well. Willie Wheeler going around the body, just dribbling it inside the 50. And Kavara's not Kavara. Donnell's not going to be able to keep that in. Aylett there as well. We'll have it thrown in. Inside 50 for the Seagulls. They've got one more in them before half-time. So we tick down. 27 minutes. Bit of push and shove going on, Leedsy.
Yep.
You keep an eye on that.
Hanson and Schultz, that's building.
Now that breaks up. The umpire getting things done quickly. Meese down to Mark on. Dangerous 40. Condon. No, across the face. Chance at his first goal at this level. 39 plays 33. 5-9 plays 5-3. 27 minutes gone in the second term.
They're holding on well, Werribee. Long ball from the kick in. He needs a mark. McFarlane goes back and takes it beautifully with traffic coming the other way in the form of Joel Tippett. Now he wants to slow down. He's asking for something to present. What can he find? Kicks a high ball. The wind's going to take it towards the line. Few fly on that one. Gribble, the man who's going to come up with the footy, I fancy, against Schultz. He has the free kick. Centre wing. Now, can they hug the boundary and kill it again? Or they want to play a bit more aggressive? Handball inboard to McFarlane. He takes the rush kick, tumbles it to half forward. Thomas can't get to it. That didn't do him any favours in the air, and Schultz is there to take the mark for the goals. He's on his defensive 50. He can launch. Kicks down the wing. Donnell's got two to beat. Cordy just read it beautifully. They all went to Sammy and none to Cordy. He kicks into the open space inside the 50 and the mark is taken. Good stuff from Pickus. Found the space, worked into it nicely and then took it. Taylor was bearing down, but it was a beautifully weighted kick from Cordy, and the kick will come now for goal from directly in front with 46 to cover.
2-goal game at quarter time in favour of Werribee. Kicks this. 2-goal game in favour of Williamstown heading to half time. Can't get much closer than that.
Vital couple of minutes here. Pickus misses everything. Wow. Gee, they've let themselves down in front of goal this quarter, the goals. Could be a bit further in front. It's a goal to difference. 29 gone in this second term.
You have got your car parked just behind those goals. I'd be just reading my insurance policy. A few have gone over the netting. There's Robinson bringing the ball back in for Werribee. It's a high ball. It clears the initial pack. Mark on swooping on it, going over his head into the path here of Wheeler, who can't take the mark. Aylett with the tackle. It's right near the line. Has that gone over on the full? No. As Robinson disappears.
4 points to margin. Saints have the first of the last quarter.
Things tightening up there. Great game here, though.
Brilliant game to watch.
The ball to be tossed back in. The boundary umpire taking plenty of time, a lot of push and shove. No one wants to let their opponent get loose from the contest. Gribble manages to. His handball partially smothered. Working McFarlane. He just goes volleyball style spike again. Up the line. Thinking about it. Now coming through was Pinnock. He's tackled over the line. The umpire says throw it in. As we approach half time, we've crossed the 30-minute mark of this second quarter. 39 plays 33. There is a goal, the difference. And more pressure on the boundary umpire to throw this ball in. Does an excellent job. Oh, that is picture perfect. Meese grabs it out of the ruck. He's kicked towards 50. Aylett takes a good mark at half back.
No Muggy was playing on either. Donnell the man as Aylett at the defensive 50. Going to drive a long ball. Now who's going to get there first? Well weighted in the end. And that was beautiful stuff from Corbett, who has it. Centre wing. This is the kick they've struggled with in the last couple of minutes. He's going to set it up again. It's a dodgy flying ball, but that'll do. Hanson read it nicely. Gee, there's been some good judgment this afternoon on display in tricky conditions. Hanson's got Gribble short. He's going to play on. He wants to give it to him. He doesn't. He's going to square it up to the top of the 50. They need a mark, and they get one. Hanson is the man. Now, he's got a big boot on him, does Lockie.
If we were doing closed captioning of this match, they wouldn't have any trouble with us, with hands on and hands in. We'll make it very clear. It's number 91 anyway, the famous 91.
Now, what can he do? He's got a big boot. Kicked a massive goal against Port Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. He's outside the arc here. He's got plenty of it, but it's going to come short across the face to the right-hand side. And it's fisted over the line. They'll toss it in. 3 around from the point post. 31.5 gone, second term. Werribee trail by a goal against this almighty Williamstown side. Undermanned today, Werribee. A couple of travelling emergencies to Tasmania, making their job all that more difficult. But they're right in it now. Cordy underneath it. Ellard flew high. No ruck. Free kick. Thomas picks up the crumbs. Had it and lost it. Oh, is that a free kick against Wheeler on Sharp? No. Again, good discipline on the defensive tackle. And they'll toss it up. 45 out directly in front.
He threw the head back there. He was playing for the free kick. Umpire right on it. It's Thomas. Oh, ball going nowhere again. And we wait for the whistle. And duly delivered. And Gibbons throws the ball back. Thomas is going to go again in the ruck. He says, not to contest it. Now King for Werribee. Paddles the ball, but straight to Masters. He's forced to double back. Now kicking around his body. Up the line, up to centre wing. Oh, Sipos almost the mark, but a free kick anyway. Will go the way of the Tigers. And it's going to Boyd. We'll need to get things moving as we approach 33 minutes. And we won't have another score. This is a good game of footy. I think that Williamstown, well, they were putting the pressure on. They kicked the 2 goals to nothing in that quarter, but you just felt like the Tigers just held them out enough, even though they weren't able to get the score on the board themselves. At half-time, it is Williamstown 5-9-39, leading Werribee 5-3-33. That quarter going 32 minutes and 53 seconds as the players come from the ground. Let's take a look at the goal kickers to half-time, and we've got for Williamstown 2 to Lockie Schultz, and singles to Kavara, Mark-on and Masters. And for Werribee, 3 to Lindsay Thomas and singles to Corbett and Matt Hanson. Entertaining contest here. Let's take a quick look around the grounds. At 3/4 time, Collingwood well in front. 16-11, 107 at Victoria Park to the Roosters 3-3-21. And Broomhead and Borthwick with 3 goals each there. And at the MCG, what have we got for us, Leedsy?
Demons back out to a 10-point margin, 6.5 gone in the final term. Just about underway between the Hawks and the Kangaroos, 3 minutes from bounce down in that one.
All right. On the other side of this break, we'll be hearing from Ben Jolly, caught up with the team on VFL Rewind last Monday night to reflect on his 250-game career with the Seagulls. We'll have that for you. And the second half, not too far away. 39 plays 33. Williamstown leading Werribee. This is Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
I'm a digital radio.
And I'm a digital TV. Now, you may remember when TV went digital.
Yes, and you got a lot more channels and a better picture.
Well, buying a digital radio is the same.
Exactly. I've got up to 30 extra radio stations, plus all your old faves, and I sound amazing.
Yeah, but I look amazing.
Yeah, but this is a radio ad, so no one can see you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to hear this station like you have never heard it before,
buy a digital radio.
Head into your nearest retailer and upgrade to digital.
Last year, Vision Australia helped more than 33,000 people who are blind or have low vision. So if you find that glasses are no longer helping and you're struggling to complete daily tasks, why not give us a call? Our free services, provided by specialist staff, can help increase your independence. We also offer advice on equipment and provide training in how to travel around safely with limited vision. Vision Australia can help you make a real difference. Call us now, 1300 84 7466.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2.
The same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer
or check out digitalradioplus.com.au
and upgrade to digital.
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM Media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus, check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
Next Sunday, Peter Jackson VFL Live is at Punt Road Oval for the Round 18 clash between Richmond and Sandringham. The Tigers are assured of a spot in the September finals action, while Sandringham will need a win to keep their faint finals hopes alive. Catch all the action next Sunday morning from 11:45 on the Red Time Sport iPhone app and video and audio stream through vfl.com.au.
Peter Jackson, VFL Live, online, on digital radio, and the Red Time Sport iPhone app.
Where it is half-time here at Burbank Oval, and it is one-goal ball game. Williamstown 5-9-39 leading Werribee 5-3-33 over at Victoria Park. They're into the final quarter there, and Collingwood doing the job comfortably over North Ballarat to round out round 17. Well, as we've been talking about today, a number of milestones in this game, particularly for the Williamstown side. Jack Dorgan plays game 50. We also have 200 games as a coach for Andy Collins in this competition, but 250 games for Ben Jolly, and it's being celebrated all throughout the week leading up to this game. And our team on VFL Rewind on 94.13 WBC every Monday night from 7 o'clock, catching up with all the big names throughout the Peter Jackson VFL, the Swiss Wellness VFL women's competition, and I mentioned the TAC Cup as well, but certainly the focus on the women's competition and the men's competition. And they spoke to the great man Ben Jolly, Paul Hooper and Anthony Stangetz, allowing Ben to really reflect on the past 250 games for this Williamstown Football Club.
Great to have you on the program. We were talking just off air before, Ben, about your career, and you've always been a great player, but you're one of the good guys too. I don't ever remember you doing anything untowards on the field. Have you actually ever been reported?
I've been the reportee a few times. I've had a player transgress against me, but no, I've managed to get under the radar of the umpires, which is nice.
That's great stuff, and I quite believe that, because having seen you play many, many games over the journey, I mean, you must also think to yourself, wow, those 250 games have probably crept up. There's been a few hard years, of course, but you maintained your fitness pretty well, and it must be a great thrill for you. Yeah, no, it is, and it's certainly one of those things. Like it's not so much a nice box to be ticked after the weekend and things like that, but yeah, it does. It really, it's not a lie when you start your career and you hear some of the older players at various football clubs say that it goes by in a blink of an eye. Like, I don't know whether that's necessarily true, but as I say, if you enjoy what you do, the years just continually kind of roll into one, and it does go by very quickly.
Ben, it's Anthony Stangetz. Congratulations on the upcoming milestone this weekend. What's the secret to your success, looking back over your history in the competition? And I think it's 14 games is the least you've played in the VFL competition in a season, but that was including 4 games at AFL level. But beyond that, 17 games was the least you've played. What's the secret to going injury-free?
No, thanks, Anthony. Going injury-free, I think it comes down to a bit of luck, to be perfectly honest. I suppose I've got to thank the parents for some durable genes in there. I kind of always look at it, but I was never really quick enough to do a soft tissue injury. So the worst that was going to come my way was going to be the impact stuff. And I don't know, once you kind of develop I can't really say develop a frame because I'm still weighing about the same that I started. But you kind of just develop accustomed to the bumps and bruises, and as I say, you just got to grit your teeth on every occasion and kind of front up for the next week of footy.
And early days would have been a bit more difficult after being recruited from Calder. I mean, you did spend some time travelling up the highway to Bendigo for a couple of years until you eventually landed back at Williamstown. But you've experienced that alignment with the club and travel. How do you think the game has changed at VFL level from the time that you first began?
Yeah, once again, it's like you do kind of at these times reflect on that, and that's what it was. Every second week we were travelling up the highway to play at Bendigo, which I suppose to say coming straight out of the Calder Cannons, when all I really need to do was travel from the home base with mum and dad's from Strathmore to Coburg. It was certainly a bit of a shock to the system, but it kind of exposes things and really kind of highlights how you deal with your preparation and all those types of things like that. Having that experience and then going to the Williamstown alignment with the Doggies was great. And now to be standalone, I just think the whole competition, as it should, over the course of 13 years, it shouldn't be the same as what it was when it started, and it's certainly not today, but it's all been for the positive. I mean, what's required now to be a VFL footballer and play at such a bloody high level each week, is pretty demanding. But as I say, the players that do it, I have equal and utmost respect for all of them, because we all know what we go through on a weekly basis, dealing with full-time work, study, a whole host of other things. But to be able to, be part of a side like Williamstown, where that's really the demographic of players, and still be able to perform week in, week out, it's pretty admirable.
Ben, in your 10th season at the Williamstown Football Club, has there ever been any offers to go elsewhere to other teams across your career in the VFL?
No, not really. I think once I established myself at Williamstown and taking over the reins from Brett Johnson as captain when I was in my kind of mid-20s, 24, 25, I think that kind of put, that kind of was a signal that I was pretty set in my ways and happy to be there. And now, as I'm kind of, entering now my early 30s, I'm kind of outside the category of the type of side that players would kind of target to build their side around. So, one of those things, those good timing things, where I've never really had to entertain the offers, and I've never really would have really considered it anyway. I think, my time at Bendigo and Essendon was fantastic, and kind of set me up for a long career. And once I kind of landed at Williamstown, it just felt right.
Now, I know you still, and we still hope that there's a few more years left in you and in the VFL ranks, but have you ever started to think about your place in not only the history books of the Williamstown Football Club, but also amongst the VFL, VFA, becoming only the 8th person ever to play 250 games at this level?
The honest and most correct answer is, at this point in time, no. It is still, and I'm kind of probably pretty fortunate to be at a club like Williamstown, where there are a whole kind of honour roll of names that, seem like they are at legend status in all leagues around Australia, that you kind of consider yourself in their company. And as I say, maybe if there are a few more premiership medallions that I could kind of hang my hat on, it might be a little bit different, but still kind of striving for those kind of team success goals means that, I think there's others who, the game number is great, but there's still just a few more things that would be great to achieve before you kind of say, I can be mentioned in the same breath as the others.
And Ben, you played against so many amazing players and played with some amazing players as well. Tell us about some of the great characters and some of the great footballers that you've played with and against.
Oh, yeah, that has been. I mean, once you kind of go back to and make VFL your goal, it's always handy when you get the a few superstars of the AFL coming back, whether it's through injury or form and things like that, and have the opportunity to play against them. But then, as been very, very gifted at the revolving doors of players that have come through Williamstown, that I've managed to pull the same jumper on, and none more so than the current crop. I mean, it's kind of funny how the younger players really can kind of inspire you and motivate you to get better, and probably Michael Gibbons is no better example than that. Willie Wheeler came along at a time when, again, I needed that challenge. Sam Donnell the same. I had a perfect example set for me by Brett Johnson when I first walked into the doors of the club. As I say, that's probably the thing that I kind of look back on most fondly, be it either teammates or opposition, and reflect on some of those games and the opponents that you've really gone toe-to-toe with, that they're the things that go, that's something to kind of savour.
And Ben, you've been blessed through your playing career to have such experienced and well-regarded coaches across your career, starting with Robert Hyde at Calder, going on to Kevin Sheedy at Essendon, and then Brad Gotch, Peter German and Andy Collins at Williamstown. What different things have you taken from each of those coaches along the journey?
Yeah, I think each of those coaches were perfect for my stage of career, and that's by pure fluke that it's kind of worked out that way. Sheeds and Matthew Knights were fantastic in setting kind of the benchmarks that, really just needed to be met in order to either make it as an AFL or a high-quality VFL player. So I kind of had that excellent foundation. Gotchi was brilliant in kind of encouraging me and really kind of developing a bit of an all-round game. Germo came in and gave me that harder edge, and basically, Germo's pretty direct in the sense that if you want to get the best out of yourself, these are the things you're going to want to do. And his influence then set me up for, the 5 or 6 years. And then Colo came along when I was probably this impatient type player who was so craving that team's success that was yet to be achieved, but realised that you've got to harness that energy and direct it in a meaningful and purposeful way. And once again, to his credit and to all their credit, they've been able to me to get to a point where I can reflect back on the fact that I've gotten the best out of myself. I've had that team success, and I'm still highly motivated and willing and able to continue to try and achieve it.
Now, Ben, we've tracked down Kevin Sheedy, and we're going to have a chat to him at the end of the show tonight. Have you got any questions to send Sheed's way at the end of the show?
Any questions to send Sheed? If I was to send questions, I'm not too sure what the answers would be, so I suppose that's what you guys are considering. No, I'd say it's kind of one of those funny things. You reflect back on for someone who had a career that spanned so long in the club, I could quite easily have just been a number walking through the door. But I'm sure the quality of the person that he is would be able to make comments and pass on and by all means be a fantastic person and pass on his regards and wish me all the best. So as I say, you almost feel privileged in a sense that you are some small speck of ink on the history books of Kevin Sheedy and as I say, a bit of a privilege to play for the Essendon Footy Club. And have those interactions with him. So it's one of the greats, as he should be regarded as.
And that's Ben Jolly talking on VFL Rewind on 3WBC last Monday night. 94.1, you can catch that every Monday from 7 o'clock. Anthony Stangetz and Paul Hooper as they wrap up the rounds action. Look ahead to a big weekend and plenty of good guests they've had this season as well. Half-time here at Burbank Oval. It is Williamstown 5-9-39. Werribee 5-3-33. Williamstown and the umpires back out in the ground. Werribee not too far away. We'll take a break. We'll go around the grounds and then get into the second half action. It's an exciting one here. Stay with us on Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
Where you go?
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer.
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au.
And upgrade to digital.
Last year, Vision Australia helped more than 33,000 people who are blind or have low vision. So if you find that glasses are no longer helping and you're struggling to complete daily tasks, why not give us a call? Our free services, provided by specialist staff, can help increase your independence. We also offer advice on equipment and provide training in how to travel around safely with limited vision. Vision Australia can help you make a real difference. Call us now, 1300 847466.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wickup first. Craig Lowndes
And
second.
you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
I'm a digital radio.
And I'm a digital TV. Now, you may remember when TV went digital.
Yes, and you got a lot more channels and a better picture.
Well, buying a digital radio is the same.
Exactly. I've got up to 30 extra radio stations, plus all your old faves, and I sound amazing.
Yeah, but I look amazing.
Yeah, but this is a radio ad, so no one can see you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to hear this station like you have never heard it before,
buy a digital radio.
Head into your nearest retailer and upgrade to digital.
Next Sunday, Peter Jackson VFL Live is at Punt Road Oval for the round 18 clash between Richmond and Sandringham. The Tigers are assured of a spot in the September finals action, while Sandringham will need a win to keep their faint finals hopes alive. Catch all the action next Sunday morning from 11:45 on the Red Time Sport iPhone app and video and audio stream through vfl.com.au.
Peter Jackson, VFL Live, online, on digital radio, and the Red Time Sport iPhone app.
And here at Burbank Oval, both sides out on the ground getting ready for the second half. It is Williamstown 5-9-39 leading Werribee 5-3-33. Peter Mikado, Michael Leeds with you as we go around the grounds, almost full time at Victoria Park, and it's going to be a comfortable win to the Pies. Maybe even they might be able to scramble over the 100-point mark. It'll be very close. The D's look like they're going to get a win. 24 minutes into the final quarter, 13-12-90. They lead the Saints by 18 points, 10-12-72. And the Hawks by 3 goals, 3-1-19, playing one behind down in Tassie, 14 minutes into the first.
Good news all round. I'm not sure it's good news all round for Williamstown. Peter, can't see a fifth person coming to the bench. I thought I saw Fawkes going off with a jacket on at half time, so just keep an eye on that one.
Well, I'm sort of looking at the defence for the Seagulls and I'm not seeing him there, so that's probably one of the signs.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but never good when the jacket is on and the afternoon is written off.
Meanwhile, we're ready for a start in the second half. An interesting one to come. It's a goal of difference. 39 playing 33. Leads it here at Burbank.
Well, if the second half's anything like the first half, we're in for an enjoyable hour. One in the middle, momentarily by Meese, who was taken off the footy though. Good hands, McFarlane. Got it away to Zeri. He kicks a high ball inside the 50. There's no mark at ground level. Hellard a chance. He goes to work again. He's well wrapped up. Good stuff from Myers. They'll toss it up. 48 out directly in front. Werribee attacking. They trail by 6 points, but they've been very, very brave on Ben Jolly's day here at Burbank Oval. Meese, close little tap down. Doesn't want it to get out. Wheeler's there though. He picks it up and tumbles it to the middle of the ground. Mackay comes up to meet the foot. He couldn't find a teammate. Dorgan in game number 50. Handball back to Gibbons. Around the corner he goes. Oh, Barrack flew high but couldn't take the mark. Cordy's there at ground level. Little handball over the top from Dorgan, who kept running. Got it to Donnell. Gets around Barrack. Well played. Chip inboard. Wheeler takes it. Jolly's down. Might have happened something off the ball there. Little one from Newman inside the 50. And Masters takes the mark. Right on the arc, directly in front.
Ben Jolly's okay. He got back to his feet very quickly.
So Masters' kick will come from outside the arc. Is that Sipos just looking for a little handoff? He's ignored that. Can kick a goal, Lee, so he'll have no trouble with his confidence. Has won today, 21 for the year. Starts at left-hand goal post. It's trying to come back. It's short. It's a chance right on the line. Can the Gulls get there? No, Werribee happy to take it towards that line. They wrap them up and now holding the footy. And that's probably fair enough. Marcon doesn't agree. No. The Tigers have it on the last line.
Well, at least he was acting as if he was trying to get rid of it. Kick is short, or just 15 to Taylor in his defensive goal square. Tigers looking to clear. This kick should get him out. Gribble on the handball receive. He goes for a run. He's pushed off his kick at the crucial moment, and the turnover is on. Myers works it across to Masters, who kicks up to centre half forward. No mark taken there by Dorgan. He's ridden into the turf. They pile in on top of him. The umpire's had enough of this, and we'll throw it up. D's back out to a 24-point lead at the MCG. 28 minutes gone there. Hawks by 18, just waiting on a final score from Victoria Park because they don't have percentage implications for the Pies. Umpire throws it up, centre half forward for the Seagulls. Up to ground by Meese. Again, no one can get clear. Williams tried to put his ball on the boot and it didn't quite work. They still managed to get away from this. Allard coming forward under pressure. He's turned it over. W squared Willie Wheeler cuts through a couple. 55 from goal. Goes a long ball. Cordy, he's out of the marking contest. The ball dribbling along. There is a whistle. And a free kick. It's going the way of the Seagulls, and it will go to Cordy. Directly in front. quite see what that was
No,
for.
I can't say I was across it. Holding on, I'm getting told. Cam's got a hold of it for our online viewers at home.
So in he comes. Important goal, this one. If he can kick it, and he does, no problems there. So Cordy on the board. His first goal, his 18th for the season. And it is 6:9:45, playing 5-3-33, almost 4 minutes gone in the third quarter. I thought I heard an umpire's whistle.
I think it was for a blood rule, Jolly, and also one of the shorts down there coming off. But no free kick to be paid. All right.
Matt Hanson, 16 disposals, 8 tackles. Gribble, 12 disposals. McFarlane, Barrick and Fordham, 10 each.
So the reset to go here, 12 points the margin now, 4 gone, third term. Werribee led by 11 points at quarter time, but since then the Gulls have just controlled the footy. We're back in the middle, umpire will toss it back up. So Hanson and Tippett in the forward line for Werribee. Need to get a bit more out of Hanson in this second half, you fancy. Gibbons through traffic, somehow got a little toe poke around the corner. Kavara, magnificent at ground level, picked it up off his bootlaces and gave it to Kavara. Cordy the target, it's fisted away. Good stuff again, Mackay, got it to Barrick. Oh, Masters came through and stopped it all, and then Mackay did well. Took it towards the line, and they'll toss it in.
Really dangerous times now for Werribee. They've just been clinging. They need to put some scoreboard pressure on now.
There's a real buzz around this ground. Everyone here to celebrate Ben Jolly's 250th. Meese knocked it down. Maishman was there around the corner. Dangerous kick. He came back inboard. Might work out okay. Hanson knocked it on. And he had a little bit of support there. Thomas is well tackled, but he didn't have an opportunity. The Gulls wanted holding the ball, but in truth it wasn't there. And the umpire will come in and toss it up. Centre wing.
Full time at Victoria Park. Collingwood 19-14, 128 to North Ballarat 6-5-41. Big win of the Pies.
There's a silly free kick for Myers here against Robinson. Took him off the footy. And now Williamstown have control instead of it being a 50-50 ball. Little one to Meese. Had Donnell closing, so just lost the handle on it. Meese got it back to Myers through traffic. Dorgan came through and got it away to Masters. Stolen back by Berwick. Left foot kick. Might sit for Robinson. Can he keep it in? The boundary line ever present. He does well until a big closing tackle from Newman sends him over the line. Now these two have just go all day. Robinson's given a free kick. It's a jumper punch. It's a report. It'll be a free kick. The runner's out to tell Robinson to get off. He's not listening just for the moment. But this is not sensible stuff at half-back. The runner reiterates to Robinson that your time to come off the ground as quickly as you can. I fancy is avoiding any phone contact in the next 20 seconds, and it's a Williamstown ball at half-back.
He was sucked into that beautifully. Newman. He's so careful with these things these days as the kick just drifts towards the boundary line. They're trying to keep it in here. The Tigers looks like it's going to be turned over again. And that's a nice mark to Pickus, who gets to his feet. He was under pressure from Masters coming over the top. On centre wing, on the bay side, he crawls around the mark. He kicks it over the top of Hanson and kicks up towards half forward. Plenty of numbers here. Oh, he's nutmeg there, Maishman. And he's turned over the 40. There's the ball here, inside 50. Kavara can't get a clean run on it. There might be some holding going on. Which way is the free kick going? The umpire comes racing in. And Barrick looks like he's going to pass off to his teammate. Buck's down there. Who goes across the face of goal. Can they get out on the expensive home side of the ground? That ball's holds up in the breeze, but Corbett, excellent mark. Just trying to get the Tigers going. His kick, here's a long one and coming in. Greiser, great mark. Now, will he go across the ground? No, decides to go more into the middle. Dangerous. Barrick coming across, got a hand to it, but couldn't affect the spoil. Handball into the middle of the ground, sets Masters a task. He just throws it out of there. Working there, Maishman. Good control on the footy. Goes for a run inside the centre square. His kick's going to drop short, but into the path of Williams, who's got a player on the overlap. It's Corbett. The bounce not favouring him. Goes back to Williams, who goes around his body, partially smothered. Munro coming in, trying to take the mark. Working hard on Newman. Munro dropped the footy. No call from the umpire. Tippett intervening. Hanson there as well. And the umpire will throw it in.
Beautifully played by Munro, just never really took possession enough for the umpire to award the free kick for holding the footy. And now he's got a chance to go to work, although I fancy Lindsay Thomas is the one to watch. A couple of times he's gone up in the ruck contest here against Meese in the forward 50, and he's been very dangerous. He's doing it again here. Meese knocked it boundary side. Wheeler couldn't hold on to it. Dribble went over the top. Gee, they crashed into him. Lindsay Thomas got a hold of Meese and threw into the ground. Now he dives over the top, and they'll do it all again. So Lindsay puts his hand up and says, I'll take the ruck duties, thank you, Mr. Umpire. What's he going to do? He's taken one out of mid-air and had a shot. The other one is just waited and then gone to tackle. This time he just holds on to Meese, who gets it back from a spike volleyball style and then bombs out of the 50. Big mark at half-back for Sipos. Well played, Aaron. Takes the mark and then plays on quickly. The runner's on. Dorgan, if he can square them up to Jazari, they're away. It bounces away from him, though. That made it a bit hard. Munro took him out of the contest. Had some support in Williams. Munro picks it up. Ball to ground. Wonderful intensity all across the ground. And it's a Williamstown ball at half-back. Gee, this is a good game of footy.
It is. Hard and tough contest. Pickus with the free kick. A couple of times the umpire might have called front on contact either way. Instead it was holding the footy. The end result, the kick going up the line. Nice marking contest, and it goes over the boundary line. We'll have it thrown in. Cordy and Sipos just lurking together for the Seagulls. And it caused some headaches for the Tigers' defence. Jake Sharp comes back out onto the ground for the Bees as the ball's tossed back in. Meese just got the back position and the clear space. He just kicks the ball, hacks it up to half forward. No one can get clean possession here. And the umpire should call a stop to this, and will. Forward. It went Williamstown's way. 10.5 minutes into this third quarter as the kick heading up towards centre wing. Working hard, Tippett just gets out of the Hanson tackle, and now he kicks high. He's going to go wide right near the boundary line. It stayed in, clean bowled everyone, and went over. We'll have it thrown in. Just into attack now for Williamstown. Repeating that score from Victoria Park. 19-14, 128 Collingwood. Northern Blues 6-5-41. We'll bring you a score, the final score from the MCG in a moment as this ball again heading towards the line. Nicely kept in by Gibbons. He's kicked straight into Bucks, and now a turnover as Werribee look to go forward. A bit of work to do here for Hanson. Now he's got Charleston. He was dispossessed. Well done, Robinson. Off to Lindsay Thomas, who's got a little bit of space. Now one-on-one, the only one-on-one inside. Attacking 54, the Bees. Corbett trying to keep it in. Nick Singh, and the boundary line wins out. The goal umpire in a good position to pick that up. And we will have it thrown in right next to the behind post for Werribee.
Great teamwork from the umpires. The goal umpire straight across there. There's no doubt in the best position. Now Werribee, what can they make of this? Thomas again against Meese in the ruck. He waits behind, but Meese knocks forward. Pound a man, that was well played. Pickus under all sorts of pressure after getting it from Condon. He gives it back to Condon, who kept running. He's going to bomb for space. Wants the mark in the air, but it's going to go the other way. Beautifully taken in the end, and that was by Pinnock, who just backtracks and finds his man Aylett, who goes to Barrick. They've played this quite well throughout the afternoon. Handball over the top for Taylor. They've found some space and opened up the ground a little here. Out on the outer wing. Oh, well played. Little candy from McFarlane. Then he ran into trouble. Got it back. Little handball's okay. Dribbling kick inside the 50. Robinson couldn't bend down and pick it up, but bounces off his shins. Goes to the wing. Off Grice's boot, but Barrick's there to take it again. And Werribee can reload. A long ball. Going back with the flight here, not quite taking the mark. Meese is there for Williamstown. Hanson's there. What's this going to be ruled? A free kick for a throw. Incorrect disposal. Lindsay Thomas is the man doing the tackling. And there's silence across the ground. They can't believe it.
As soon as that free kick came down, Lindsay Thomas just throws his hands up. He just knows.
She's had a good game. 3 goals in the opening term, but he's really excited across the ground, and he's done some good defensive work. He's been in the ruck, he's tackled strongly for his 4th of the afternoon. Fair to say they need it. 13 gone. Margin 12 before the kick. Ooh, it's a little shallow. 5-5-35 to 6-9-45. 13 and a half gone in this third term. Make that 5-4-34 to 6-9-45.
24-point win to the D's at the MCG. 14-12-96 to St Kilda. 10-12-72. This kick going long. In for the high flyers. No one can take it. Bucks coming through. His handball partially smothered. Meese going without it. Now Barrick trying to blast his way through. He's dragged down by Pongrassic, going absolutely nowhere. And the umpire will call a stop to that. And it was the Hawks, the last glance, by 14-29 into the first. 5-3-33 to North Melbourne, 3-1-19. As Meese over the top. There's a bit of a holding going on. Is there? Okay. It's going the way of Boyd for Werribee. 60 from goal. Pops it up into the hot spot. Thomas flew high, went over the back. Oh, here's an easy goal. Williams strolls in and kicks it. Fortuitous for Josh Williams at the back. It was Lindsay Thomas who flew and carried the pack, and Williams gets his first goal for today, and it's a 5-point ball game. 6-9-45 Williamstown, Werribee 6-4-40. 14 and a half gone in the third quarter.
The seas parted for him, didn't they? It's just a clear run 10 metres out. You don't mind when they pop into your arms?
I'm just doing a bit of a percentage calculation, Leedsy.
I'm glad it's you and not me. We might be leading people down the garden path.
And I'll come back to you with
numbers.
Collingwood's percentage. They made up 7% today.
Petterwood's in the middle, being harassed by Willie Wheeler. They'll do it all again. Williams, the last goal kicker.
90.04, they're now 97.23, and they've got 32 points.
It's a good day at the office for the Pies here. Dorgan comes away. Oh, good smother in the middle. Spills from Maishman. Needed to go quickly. Dorgan just spiked it forward. Maishman goes to work again, but it's the Gulls who come on with it. Wheeler got it away from Cesari. Beat one tackle. Took on the second. Too high. All that disciplined defensive work we were talking about in the first half, and that one just slipped up a little bit on Wheeler, who played it perfectly, it must be said. Didn't shrug, didn't duck, it was just strong in the body and hard to get a hold of. He's going to chip this inside the 50, and he finds a man. Masters takes the mark on his chest. There's a little bit of pointing going on from Gribble. They can't believe he was left on his own. He has kicked from this sort of range before today. He has one goal. It was in that first term. He does know the conditions. He is a goal kicker. They lead by 5 points at the 16-minute mark of the third term, the Gulls. He gives it everything, and he is a star. He gets his second of the afternoon. Williamstown back out to an 11-point margin, 16 and a half gone third term.
Just in the conditions, that is just great, isn't it? It's just clutch.
Yep.
Is the terminology.
Read it and then executed perfectly.
So the margin back out to 11 points. 17 minutes gone in this third quarter. Big 6 minutes for Werribee now. Cordy in the ruck, goes down to Jolly, picks a little spiral towards half forward. No one can get clean possession. Plenty of numbers here for Werribee. Bucks is going to turn the ball over. Schultz was dealt with. He should get 50, and they're piling it on top as well, understandably so. Schultz very slow to get to his feet. Goodness me.
Robinson the man again.
Yep, it was late, and it's 50 metres, and Robinson's coming straight from the ground. And I think JL has probably just had about enough of this, as have the crowd, by the way. The locals don't like that. So, well, the way to seal this, the way to keep the locals happy, is if Lockie Schultz can kick his third goal. It's no gimme, but the home ground advantage will help. Practice plenty of times from this position, I'm sure. He'll kick from just on the 50. Plenty of goal face to look at. His kick's going to be short to the top of the square. Well, that was brilliant. Set play. And if you can't get the distance, you might as well just kick it to your ruckman. And that's what he did. And Cordy took the mark.
Yep. Just keep an eye on Robinson there as he came off the ground. He's got some blood coming from his nose. So, not sure if that was received in that last little altercation.
Retaliatory, do you think? Retaliatory claret. Nice vintage, 2017. In he comes. Cordy, they already kicked a goal in this third quarter. Make that 2. They're putting the foot down now, the Seagulls. Almost 19 minutes gone in the third term. And they've got their 8th on the board. 8-9-57 playing 6-4-40. Here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Ace Cordy, 19 goals for the season. Handy contribution in a stacked forward line for the Seagulls. What can you tell us about Robinson?
Yeah, he's a bit worked up on that boundary line. It has been a couple of times this afternoon, but Lindsay Thomas just put his arm around him, walked around the boundary line, and just talked him down a little bit, and is trying to just recompose himself. In a big couple of minutes, 17 points to margin, 19 gone. Werribee all of a sudden in need of a goal. Tapped out of the ruck, secondary bounce, secondary tap is okay for Wheeler. Tumbles it to half forward, not taken cleanly at half forward, but second time is okay for Kavara. His kick was just into Mackay, only 10 metres in front of him. Fordham couldn't take it, Kavara did, but then Fordham got him as he made an attempt. Yep, they'll toss it up. So Werribee desperately trying to hang in here. 6-4-40 to 8-9-57, 3 kicks behind. Or now, there's a whistle on players there. No whistle. The umpire throws it up quickly, allows Williamstown in. McFarlane's there to stop the run. He's pushed towards the line. Dorgan's doing some tackling. There's a few little push and shoves going on everywhere here. Both teams aware of the repercussions for a win today. We're deep in the forward pocket. Meese, little deft tap work, couldn't find a teammate at ground level though. Gribbles underneath it. He's got the footy. They've got him. And they'll toss it up again. 20 gone. Left forward pocket.
Right in front of Ian Smith, who's standing out there on the other side of the fence.
Brave soul.
Harold for neighbours.
Meese tapped it down. Jolly lays a tackle. This is terrific defensive stuff from Williamstown's forwards. And they'll toss it up. 15 out. Really tight angle, deep in the forward pocket underneath the scoreboard.
Matt Hanson hands the footy back. Ruckman put the hands up, and Meese all on his own. That's Silver service, and Willie Wheeler got one high. No call from the umpire. It goes straight to the line. The umpire says throw it in. Right next to the behind post now. 21 minutes gone. Margin 17. Williamstown winning the quarter.
Trying to get Donnell free here, and Kavara.
All over the back, didn't favour anyone in particular. Clearing the area was Williams. And he goes up towards centre wing. Myers should be there for the overlap handball. He is, receives it now. Not sure which way to go, so he just goes short. And they're just going to do this by degrees. It's Mark on. Kicks up towards the 50. Cordy, had some players in behind. And the ball's turned over. Meese handled it straight to Matt Hanson, who can go for a run. He's already had a couple of bounces. Needs to go laterally. He's running out of room. Now he's got some support over the top from Corbett, who kicks a high ball, looking for Hanson. Greister coming over the top. Can't complete the mark. Here's Munro, right near the boundary line. Taken off the footy by Tippett. And now it's a stacks on. And the umpire will say, give it to me, right next to the boundary line. And 15 metres around from the Werribee goal. They need the next one. 22 gone. There's a bit of a light seaplane action happening just above the scoreboard. Leedsy. There's a ruckman nominate. Flying quite low too, to be fair. As the ball off hands. Now it's Fordham. Got time in the pocket. Barrick just throwing it up. Top of the goal square. Hanson's got a couple to beat. It falls short. No one can get clear. Great defensive work again from the Seagulls. It's Willie Wheeler getting it out. And just into the path of Newman. He couldn't keep it in. We'll have it thrown in again.
23 gone almost in this second half, third term. Crucial time for Werribee. They trail by 17 points. You feel like one here just gives them some belief. Williamstown have been able to sap a lot of that in the last 10 minutes of the game.
Lockie Hansen off
now,
the ball.
Now we have an
Joel
issue.
Tippett.
Grices straight to Hansen. Pete, did you see what happened?
Well, I just saw the aftermath, and I saw what happened. Lockie Hansen just went Joel Tippett and put him straight to the ground, and this is getting ugly.
Yeah, there's plenty of players around the goal line at Werribee's end. I'm not sure if any of the umpires have seen it enough to give a free kick.
Well, the goal umpire would have been in best position there, and I think he's going to be asked for his opinion on things.
He's taking Tippett's number, but I assume that's as the victim rather than the perpetrator, and it'll be a Williamstown ball. So another ill-discipline act costs the Tigers big. It'll be their ball. It's in the hands of Jolly in the back pocket.
Now the question is whether it was Tippett's instigation that forced Hansen to retaliate, but it was right on the goal line, so we need to go back to the videotape on that to see what had happened initially, but I just saw the aftermath when Joel Tippett was put down and Lockie Hansen was not happy. So that'll have to be sorted out during the week. They're in the book. A couple of reports already today. That's a solid mark. That's just igniting this game. It's Newman.
You've got to be careful here, Werribee.
24 and a half gone. Newman kicks up towards centre wing. Cordy couldn't bring the mark down. And they just bottled up nicely again, the
Tippett
Seagulls.
and Hansen still into each other.
You stick with that. The umpire's straight onto it too and saying, you're on your last chance here, boys, because I will call it even if it is 150 metres away from the play. Meese again, working with Zeri. Been a good contest today. Here's Gibbons. Slices through the pack. Kicks up towards half forward. Need a mark. First grab, not the second. Well done, sharp there for Werribee. Ball spills free. Now a chance. Willie Wheeler closes to 45. Bouncing ball into the goal square. They've got some time. They've got some space. Schultz will run in and kick a goal! That's his third. And they've got the clear air they wanted. The margin is 23 points, 9-9-63. Werribee 6-4-40, 25 and a half minutes gone in the third quarter.
I'm not sure it was the play, Pete. This Williamstown team is bred for scrapping. In the last 10-15 minutes, 3 ill-disciplined acts have cost them goals directly, and they find themselves down 63-40. The crowd's right into it. It's just about a tipping point here, and the goals have the upper hand. The Tigers need to get back and win the footy and kick some goals quickly. Meese in the ruck, waits underneath it, it's outside the circles, they'll call it again. Hansen and Myers now going at it. It's not going away anytime soon, this feeling. The crowd just murmuring away. There's been a murmur all day. They can sense the occasion. A chance now for mark on. Inside the 50 for Williamstown. A go again. There's not going to be a mark at ground level. A chance for Schultz. Got away from one. Goes again. Picks up the ball. Little end over end job. Is it going to get the distance? It comes up short. Doesn't matter. Goal to nil. Another one to the goals. Werribee are being blown away here. 6-4-40 they're on. Williamstown moved to 10-9-69. 26 and a half minutes gone in the third term.
Joel Tippett and Lockie Hansen, former teammates. Would I be right there? Both North Melbourne?
Yes.
They would have played there at the same time. I don't know what's going on there, but it just turned all in Williamstown's favour. This is a team right at this very point in time, Michael Leeds, that deserves to be in top spot on the table. 5 wins in a row, but let's see, still plenty of time left for Werribee. This goes outside the circles again on the breeze. They've kicked 5 goals to 1 this quarter, and the margin is 29 points all of a sudden. Thrown up. Seri working with Meese. Meese has a second crack at it. Puts it up into the path here of Kavara, who wins the footy. Goes to ground. Now he's tackled. Trying to get free. He did manage to get back up again. He did a good job, but they've turned over the footy. working their Gribble, working across to McFarlane, who's in two minds. He's kicking to Robinson, who's going to get the rounds of the kitchen. Oh, nicely shrugged the tackle, and now he kicks up towards centre wing. No one could take the mark. It falls to the back. Plenty of numbers here for the Seagulls. Pongrassic doing the mopping up work, and his kick is good. Well weighted to Masters, who takes it on centre wing right near the interchange gates for the Seagulls. Thinking about going inboard. Instead, he chooses to hug the boundary line. And Singh takes the mark uncontested. True centre wing position at Burbank Oval. Bright sunny conditions now as the kick goes up towards half forward. Again near the boundary line. Need a flyer. Can't get one. Jolly weighted down. His kick inside the 50. A little bit of a chaos ball in there. No one can get clear. Meese just putting it in front of him. It's going towards goal. Here's another chance. Off the side of the boot goes Sipos. It's a high ball. It's going to come off okay. I think Donnell's got on the end of it. He has. Well, went right off the side of his boot. But it was still well within the field of play. It was always going to drift back. And Sam Donnell, a chance to add his second goal and really make it tough for Werribee. 29 minutes gone in the third quarter. Margin is 29. In he comes, Donnell. 40 out. Kick. Drifting. Good. 2 goals to Sam Donnell. 11-9-75. Werribee 6-4-40. 29 and a half minutes gone in the third quarter. And they are just flexing their muscles now, the Seagulls.
Yep. All over the ground. And after all that work that Werribee did, it was blown away through 12 minutes of madness.
Yeah, it was. It was loose, as the young people say.
It's hard to argue with him. Ball be tossed up. Meese got it down and couldn't find anyone initially. That was Newman who received the handball. Couldn't get a handle on it though. Marcon's there. It was a clever little handball out the back to Newman. Barrick comes up to meet the footy. Knocked it on. That was well played. Got it to Maishman. He can drive a ball to half forward. 1-on-1 at half forward. Strong stuff from Myers. Werribee wanted the free kick. Nothing doing. He comes across the ground. Newman's had a bit of it in the last couple of minutes. And that's a nice kick in the end. Masters made the most of it. He takes the mark centre wing.
He's been good on a wing today, Lee Masters, playing up the grounds.
Yeah, pretty complete package. He's going to kick to the line dangerously. It's knocked over perfectly in the end, and they'll toss it in. 80 around from the point post at half forward on the base side of the ground. One man who's done a really good job today is Harrison King. Pay tribute to the work he's done on Ben Jolly in game 250. It's a big ask to come on and take one of the most decorated players in the comp, and he's done a good job of it. Near the line here, Robinson under all sorts of pressure from Masters. They quickly pile in on top just to make sure he feels it. No surprises there. Then the umpire will toss it up. 10 in from the boundary line. A killer blow awaits here for Werribee if they can't hold on. 31 gone, third term. Meese up in the ruck. Beaten there. Well played at ground level. Petterwood had it and lost it in the tackle. And it's a free kick. It's going to go the goal's way.
Yeah, good tackle. As we wait for the ball to go back to Lee Masters. The lead's heading to the pocket. Charleston for the drive-by. They're all ignored. The kick going up right into the hot spot. Barrick just throwing it on the boot without any real sort of direction. Corbett, well, it evaded him in the end as Pickers has a shot at goal. Oh, and if you don't mind, have a look at that one. Another one. Pickers with his first four of the afternoon, and it's 12-9-81 to 6-4-40. This contest all but done 32 minutes into the third.
Yeah, 7 for the quarter.
Remembering, Williamstown led by 6 points at half-time. A 7-goal to 1 quarter.
Even at the 15-minute mark, it was still a game, Pete. Within 2 goals we were
7 straight to 1-1. And now the margin is 41 points as we head to three-quarter time.
Let's say it again. Why would you ever be a coach? Umpire bounces down. It's a brilliant bounce in the middle. Sun-trenched oval. There's a good strong tackle from Petterwood over the top, and they'll do it all again. Beautiful scenes here for Ben Jolly's 250th. Big crowd in. Plenty of kids enjoying all the activities in the pocket. Well, not on the ground, of course. I mean, that might be a little dangerous, but they're enjoying it beyond the fence. Thomas tries to toe poke it forward. Maishman's there. Good strong tackling from Robinson. This time it's legal. And they'll toss it up again.
Particularly if down that end the Seagulls have been kicking. There've been plenty of play down there too.
Yes. Been a bit ferocious for the kids out there in the middle today. As it's picked up at ground level, Bucks just clears the space. Gets it 40 towards the wing. The wind got it moving. Now, where's it going to bounce? No good for McFarlane initially. Hanson's there. He got a free kick, did McFarlane. He's pushed in the back. Now there's a bit of feeling for Hanson and Masters. Just got to pull themselves in here, Werribee. They can't continue to go down this path. It's just not working.
It's Hanson. Well, lucky he's coming from the ground, because I reckon he wanted to go back for round 2.
Yeah, it might have been some clever moves from the bench there for Werribee. A long ball, kicks to the 50. Underneath it there is me. Strong hands in front, though, from Corbett. Gee, there was a big pack there, and he was good enough to take it in front of a lot of them. Kicks a long ball. Thomas has got the sit, but going back, Munro couldn't take it. Thomas little round the corner job. Couldn't squeeze it in. It's still in play. It goes over the line in the end, and it's through for one behind.
If that had gone through, I would have gone home.
34 gone, 40 points the margin.
I don't think I could have seen 3 spectacular goals in the one game from Lindsay, but it was close. There's the ball deep outside the 50. And Donnell, going to be playing the mark? No, went through his hands. Barrett getting onto it, and that is 3/4 time, and that is a statement from the home side, Williamstown. 7 goals straight in that quarter to just 1-1 for Werribee. And that is 3/4 time. So we just might just stick with this just for a moment, make sure that things don't get out of hand. And yeah, it looks as if the two sides are going their separate ways. It was an explosive third quarter, but it's Williamstown getting the job done. 12-9-81, they lead by 40 points over Werribee, 6-5-41. The goal kickers to 3/4 time. 3 goals to Lockie Schultz, 2 to Sammy Donnell and Ace Cordy, and singles to Kavara, Marcon and Pickus. And for Werribee, 3 goals to Lindsay Thomas, all in the opening quarter, and singles the rest, Hanson, Corbett and Williams. A 40-point ball game in favour of the home team, who are looking to get into top spot on the Peter Jackson VFL table if they can get the win. We'll be back on the other side of this break to see whether they can finish it off, or will Werribee come back. An exciting final quarter up next here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
Looks to be the last game of the first set. Almagro leading 5-3.
And you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
Where you go?
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer.
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au.
And upgrade to digital.
Last year, Vision Australia helped more than 33,000 people who are blind or have low vision. So if you find that glasses are no longer helping and you're struggling to complete daily tasks, why not give us a call? Our free services, provided by specialist staff, can help increase your independence. We also offer advice on equipment and provide training in how to travel around safely with limited vision. Vision Australia can help you make a real difference. Call us now, 1300 8474
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus, check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
I'm a digital radio.
And I'm a digital TV. Now, you may remember when TV went digital.
Yes, and you got a lot more channels and a better picture.
Well, buying a digital radio is the same.
Exactly. I've got up to 30 extra radio stations, plus all your old faves, and I sound amazing.
Yeah, but I look amazing.
Yeah, but this is a radio ad, so no one can see you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to hear this station like you have never heard it before,
buy a digital radio.
Head into your nearest retailer and upgrade to digital.
Next Sunday, Peter Jackson VFL Live is at Punt Road Oval for the round 18 clash between Richmond and Sandringham. The Tigers are assured of a spot in the September finals action, while Sandringham will need a win to keep their faint finals hopes alive. Catch all the action next Sunday morning from 11:45 on the Red Time Sport iPhone app and video and audio stream through vfl.com.au.
Peter Jackson, VFL Live, online, on digital radio, and the Red Time Sport iPhone app.
Well, it is three-quarter time here at Burbank Oval, and it's a 40-point lead to the home team, Williamstown, 12-9-81 to Werribee, 6-5-41. They're led by just 6 points at half-time, the home side, and they put on 7 goals to 1 in that third term and really put the foot down into the breeze. Earlier today, a big win for Collingwood over North Ballarat, 19-14, 128 to 6-5-41, and that added about 7% to their tally for the season. They move on to 32 points and move into the 8 over the top of Werribee, who are precarious at the moment. They're 32 points, 86.75 before this game started. And for Williamstown, if they get the win here, they'll move on to 52 points and they will be sitting on top of the Peter Jackson VFL table with 2 rounds to play. Still a final quarter to come. We'll have that for you in a moment. Around the grounds in the AFL, a win for Melbourne today, 14-12-96 to St Kilda, 10-12-72. 24-point win there. The Pies and Power, the late game today. But how are things going down in Launceston?
25 points the margin down there. Pete Bruce has just put through another for the Hawks after Bruce got it back to 19.
Should run through while we've got the opportunity here. The game's coming up next week. Our game, as you heard in the promo, is Richmond and Sandringham next Sunday. And as he goes to his schedule, which is like a novel, there's 15 pages of paper here that I'm working through. Let's run through the games next week, Leedsy, and what they actually mean.
So Collingwood and Geelong all of a sudden takes on some real significance with this result today in the Collingwood game earlier this afternoon.
So Collingwood keep winning. They'll lock away that final spot. Geelong, well, they're 24 points at the moment. 32 is the marker, the definite in marker. It would be highly unlikely. They need to, with their percentage as well, thrash Collingwood and thrash Essendon in the final 2 rounds. You can't see that happening.
Essendon post Footscray at Windy Hill.
Well, important for the Bombers to keep winning on 36 points as they jockey for positions. They're still, for mine, a top 4 spot in the offing there. Footscray will want to lock that away with a win.
Werribee host the Northern Blues.
Big game for Werribee, big game for the Northern Blues. If they want to have any chance of pushing here, faint finals hopes, they need to get the win. But for Werribee, even more important. There's a final spot on the line right there.
Coburg and North Ballarat.
Playing for the wooden spoon.
Casey host Williamstown, 2:10 start on Saturday afternoon.
That's the TV game, and that's going to be an interesting one. Second or top if they happen to win, playing 5th spot on the ladder. That's going to be a huge game down at Casey Fields.
And then the Sunday you mentioned, the Richmond-Sandringham game is our game for broadcast.
Yep, and again, similar situation as to the Blues. They need to catch up some points here. Not only that, but also percentage. So they need a big win, Sandringham, as do Richmond, to keep touch with that top 4 and open up that potential for the double chance.
And then what a way to finish the round, Pete. Box Hill host Port Melbourne.
First versus third. That's going to be a huge clash. And really, if Williamstown stumble at Casey Fields, Box Hill will want to get back to top spot on the ladder. For Port Melbourne, though, win and lock away, you definitely lock away a top 4 spot and that double chance. And no matter what happens, second or third week of finals, Port Melbourne, they will be playing at home.
It's a positive result, isn't it? Given that they're likely to have the double chance.
So plenty to play for. Gee, big round coming up, round 18. Second last round of the home and away season coming up next week. And as we said, Richmond and Sandringham will be our match for broadcast from Punt Road Oval. 12 o'clock bounce, we're on air 10 to 12. video and audio streaming coming up there. Meanwhile, the Werribee coaching staff leave the fields, and we won't be too far away from getting this final quarter underway. It's a late one, 19 past 4, and we haven't started the final term yet.
I'd love to know what John Lamont had to say to his playing group there at three-quarter time. It would have just been a masterclass in keeping any frustrations to himself if he could manage it. But his players don't need revving up. They need calming down and need to get themselves back into the contest. At this stage, it's the goals by 40 points. We're back in the middle. Meese had it, lost it. Little toe poke didn't go anywhere. Good tackling over the top from Condon. And the umpire will come in and toss it up. 40 points the margin. Well and truly in control here, Williamstown. You just feel like this game might need a Ben Jolly goal to finish it off. Little exclamation mark. Strong tackling in the middle. And we're set to do it all again now. The umpire's ruled a dangerous tackle. And I'm not sure that wasn't unjust.
It was the trailing umpire too.
Yeah.
Going to the sock again.
Yeah, no, he's definitely gone for slinging motion in the tackle. So it's again Pongrassic. A bit of friendly advice from the fans here at Williamstown. Hanson has the footy. This is Matt.
Tribunal's going to be busy during the week.
It will. Yeah, just out of one game too, let alone what's going on across the other grounds. All right, umpire's call play on. The report's in the book, and we're away. It was Pongrassic on Hanson, who drives it inside the 50. Big fly at the back. Now, what's going on here? Pushing the back of Fancy. Thomas played on. Umpire said, nope. Bring it back. Where's it going? Is that the right man with the foot in his hands? It is. And Josh Corbett will have the chance to kick the first of the last.
Joel Tippett and Lockie Hansen still on one another.
It's not going away, is it?
And they're on the goal line again. Right behind the goal umpire too.
Corbett needs to kick the goal for his side. It's starting left. He's hit it pretty well. Ooh, just left in the end. Carried the distance, no problems. 42 to 81. 2 gone, final term.
So Myers to bring the ball back in for the Seagulls. And goes more or less up the middle. A long ball caught. He's a tall target as they try and hack it forward. Barrick once, twice, not 3 times. Nick Singh comes in for the Seagulls. Masters. So work it through the middle of the ground. Pongrassic brought down. In fact, it wasn't Pongrassic. We'll come back to that in a moment. He's trying to work his way through. It was Pickus. He was the original one that I was looking for. Meanwhile, Barrick has it for Werribee, putting it up towards half forward. A little bit of holding going on. Sharp handball across. Right into space here is Williams. Can take a bounce. Now he cuts in board. He closes to 35. Wants to go the banana, but it wasn't on. He need to straighten up and let the breeze bring it back around. Easier said than done, I know. 81 plays 43. We've gone almost 3 minutes in this final quarter. It's all Williamstown in control.
Werribee started okay though as Charleston brings it out. And that's a nice kick. Condon's on the burst from half back. Drives a long ball to the 50, but Barrick's going to go back and take the mark. Well played. Retreats to Mackay, who takes it. Been okay in this defensive role. He's taken on. Now a little bit of feeling between him and Cordy. Little stabbing ball, dangerous. Turnover might be on. Meese the man to take it for Williamstown. Handball over the line. Taylor was the one who kicked it. Couldn't quite find his man, and they'll toss it back in. So Cordy and Mackay also at it at the other end. I'm not sure a little tug of the jumper doesn't just get paid a free kick there. Pete sorts it out. We won't see it again. Ball tossed back in. Chance for Petalwood. Gibbons has got him. Let's keep an eye on that, Pete. A couple of tall fellas just sort of leaning on each other. Just similar to a man after a big night looking for some respite against the light pole. That's set to go again. Another stoppage.
Where is this going?
No, they just
tell us a story.
There's big long limbs, a little bit out of control. Could flail anywhere at any given time. Free kick. Now it's been...
It's a Seagulls free kick.
Given to Meese against young Zeri in the ruck. What can they get going here? Handball. Masters on the end of it. Drives a long ball. Now you've got to contest the footy, lads. Mackay and Cordy, nil all draw. Knocked to ground. Little one out of trouble. Into a little more trouble. Condon on top with the tackling. Jolly's amongst it as well. And they'll toss it up. 35 out, directly in front of Williamstown's goal.
Been interesting, all the scoring was to this particular end of the ground in the first half, but so with the Seagulls putting the foot down, the scoring's dried up for both teams. 5 minutes in, plenty of push and shove going on. The umpire just needs to hurl it in the end. Does exactly that. Now there's a free kick. It's going Werribee's way. And Zeri will be the recipient. I think he's done a good job today, the 23rd player.
Yep.
Oh, he's kicked it across to Mackay, and that's going to be 50 metres. Coming across Dorgan. Oh, they're going to get stuck in too. Hanson not liking the attention. And Ace Cordy, they go at it. The umpire just sorting things out. Mackay will come down the ground. Although, it would be good to see a few Werribee players just pushing up to the contest here. Just looking a bit flat-footed as Taylor goes across the ground to Aylett. Goes further afield to Fordham, who kicks up the line. Mark really needed to be taken by Boyd, the young player. Nice follow-up work though, got some teammates in support. Boyd gets back onto it. And he's got Pinnock close. And he's going to work it out nicely. They've done that well, Werribee. They just can't get clear. Fordham again. Now the ball inside the 50. It's a high ball. No one can take the mark. Gribble there laying the tackle. It spills free. King lurking. And it's held up, and the umpire will throw it up on 50 for the Bees. 6.5 gone. 81 plays 43. We'll get a score from Tassie shortly. Earlier today in the Peter Jackson VFL, win for Collingwood over the North Ballarat. Emphatic win too, as the Seagulls will get the better of the ruck contest. And now they look to push forward. Dangerous footy into the path of Donnell, just taken out of his hands. Well done, Schultz. They've done this nicely. As the kick heading... Well, it's a beautifully placed kick, but still, Myers has got a bit of work to do. He wheels around, kicks it high! Sipos, there's going to be a free kick. And it will go the Seagulls' way.
27 points the margin. Hawthorn lead North Melbourne with 1.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Aaron Sipos hasn't kicked a goal today, as he's taken back onto the tight angle. Still bit of goal face to look at. The umpire is going to have to man the mark because the defender is going to do the run up. He's taken his full measure. Aaron Sipos steps inside the 50 now. He kicks from 45, trying to get it to drift back. It goes across the face. Through for a behind. 82 plays 43. almost 8 minutes gone in the final quarter. It's going to be a win to the Seagulls, and they're going to move to top spot on the Peter Jackson VFL ladder.
Now a big kick in here from the defensive goal square, gets it to 70 out. That's a nice strong set of hands from Hanson. That's what they want to see. The Werribee faithful in front of Tippett there. He's come up a long way. He takes it 60 out from his defensive goal line, and then after all that, a little dodgy kick backwards, puts Mackay under pressure, shoots, tackles, holding the footy. Expect the frustration to bubble over here. Oh, kick him board. Not going to count. He found Sipos directly in front. You can hear the crowd getting into them.
Not a bad the NFL for the gridiron throw there from Sipos too, by the way.
Just got an uneasy feeling about the last 20 minutes here. Hopelessness meets frustration. It's not a good combination. Schultz, 40 out, tight angle, misses the near side.
Well, the one thing they need to be careful of, Leedsy, when the big game's coming up for both of these sides heading into finals, you do not want A, an injury, or B, to be rubbed out. Already a couple of players on report out of today. As the kick goes long outside the 50, and it looks like it's going to come back in. Nope, and the boundary line wins out as Dorgan tracks it to the line. 40 points, the difference. 9 gone. beautiful sunny afternoon. I reckon the seasons are just starting to turn, Lindsay. You just get that spring feeling in the air, the high winds, generally a sign that spring is on the way. There's the handball going inside 50 here for the Seagulls. Chazari taking off the footy. Hanson there for Werribee. To Gribble. In all sorts of trouble. To the line. And the umpire says throw it in. Oh, they can sniff some blood here, the Williamstown faithful.
Yeah, there's a real sense of it, isn't it? They're baying for it now.
We talked about it last week with Adam and Glenn, looking at these top 4 teams, whether the Premiers we're going to see anyone outside the top 4 challenge, but you look at these sort of sides and the way they're performing today, you just can't see it. The form that this team's in, Box Hill, obviously the stumble yesterday, but they're putting together quite a nice season. Port Melbourne, Footscray in the mix. Oh, it's going to be one hell of a final series. I'll have it for you on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Ball hurled back in. Meese down Jolly. They work it out. Dorgan. Little spearing ball. That is good. Lower the eyes. Pongracic takes the mark. And he'll kick from the 45.
Brilliant
work. Kick from 47 metres out.
Just brilliant work around the footy there from Jolly and Kavara. Just creating some space for each other. Jolly ended up with it.
So Pongracic steps inside the 50. The kick on the way, going high. Got the trip! Yep, it's got it. He's first for the day. 46 points the margin. 12-12-84. Plays 6-7-43. 11 minutes gone. 13-11-89. Plays 6-7-43. The margin extending out now, and this is dangerous. Where have we got to contain the damage here, because percentage all important as we head into the final 2 rounds.
There's been a massive swing potentially now. The Pies picking up 7%, and they could drop away significantly if they're not able to score in this last quarter. Only 43 points on the board. They need to keep their heads in the game here. Big bounce in the middle outside the centre circles will do it all again.
Werribee have Casey in the final round too, so the Northern Blues and Casey to finish off the season. Collingwood have Geelong and Port Melbourne, both games at the Holden Centre.
They'll toss it up in the middle. Meese, free kick for shepherding. Now, is he okay here, Zeri? He fell awkwardly, but he's getting up. He's all right. That's good news for the second gamer. Battled on manfully. No easy task against Nick Meese. Inside the 50 he goes. There's going to be a mark here. No, not paid for Greiser. It was in the end. The non-officiating perhaps took a little while to get there. And Greiser has the mark in his defensive 50. Stands at 89-43 at the moment. He spears it out to the flank. It's a beautiful kick. And he finds his man. Tucked up at the halfback is Singh. He's going to chip it over the top. A little dodgy, that one, hung in the air. King's allowed in here. Going to come away and kick with his right boot. Just missed the target going through the middle of the ground. It opens up for Masters. He gets it to Charleston. Charleston can dart back inboard. He kicks to 25 out. There's a bit of big tall timber there. Meese was there, couldn't take it. Aylett well tackled. Little handball comes to Kavara from Meese. And they're starting to put some icing on top now. His second of the afternoon. But hats off to Meese, who did all the work at ground level, and he trots back into the middle of the ground, slightly limping, slightly shuffling, but he'll be ready to go. 95-43, 13 and a half gone.
He does look a little bit proppy there, but mind you, so does his direct opponent, Tristan Seri. They've had a hell of a day, those two. Good experience for Seri, who's held his own, I thought. I mean, Meese has got the majority of the tap-outs, but for a young ruckman making his way, I mean, a little bit impressed with what I've seen.
Absolutely.
From Seri in his second game.
Yep, worked hard up and down the ground.
So they are both back in the middle. They made it there safely. Almost 14 minutes gone in the final term. And Seri will just follow up his ruck work, but he just can't bend. It's the ball here spraying out into space. Chazari, the one to try and collect it. He'll get the handball received. Second, third efforts jumped on by Hanson. And the umpire said too high. You're going to take the kick. Free kick. Now where's Jolly? Can we get Jolly a goal to finish off? Can kick one today. So Cesare kicking a high ball. Barrack, though, front position, takes the mark. He's been impressive too for Werribee. The defender. He goes short. And now, just playing a bit of time, Aylett. Still inside defensive 50. Now he kicks up towards centre wing. Spencer's home side of the ground. And it's going to be turned over again. Singh has it in the middle of the ground. Squares it up. Sipos goes high. This is a high ball. They fly. It's over the back. It's another one! Oh! And just in the right place at the right time, Benny Cavara. That's his third for the afternoon. And they've cracked the ton again. 15-11, 101 to 6-7, 43. You look at, we talk about in percentage terms, Leedsy. They sit at 160.08. Well, it's not going to be a factor for the finals, but you look at all of the over 100 points that they've scored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, now 11 times in 17 games they've scored over 100 points.
Yep.
Well, this is looking ugly now for Werribee.
They're in good touch and they're well on their way to just motoring through this last quarter. Good stuff from Maishman, but the ball spilled free for the goals again. Everything going their way. Little chip over the top. Gibbons had it fisted away by Petterwood. Out the back. Cavara's dangerous. He got through a bit of traffic. Handball out the back. Condon under all sorts of pressure from Barrack and also
players
Bucks.
are down.
Head clash, I fancy.
Yeah,
Pete.
and a knocked out.
Williamstown
no.
have the footy. They go inside. They're not going to take it here for
It's
them.
Hanson. They should stop the game here, Leedsy.
Takes the mark and gives it to Maishman. There's no whistle on play. Maishman can take it and go. He gives it back to Fordham. They've all stopped. He strolls through the middle unattended and Lindsay Thomas takes the mark inside the 50.
So meanwhile, Matt Hanson is down at defensive 50 for Werribee, down the other end of the ground. The trainers have gotten to him now. The umpire's there. He's taking a long time to get up. He was hit hard, but he does get to his feet. I think he's okay. The physio and the doctor just walking alongside, just making sure that he is 100%.
Thomas.
He's jogging now.
He's lining up from 40 out, slide angle, hooks it badly. His worst attempt of the day. On a pretty good day for Lindsay, that wasn't his best effort. He just scores it behind. It's 44 to 101 at the 17-minute mark of the final turn.
So the trainers have left Matt Hanson, and he's standing there at attacking 50. So the kick coming out here for the Seagulls. Front position from Masters, just tapped down. And the ball goes to ground. There's a Seagulls player there. Now here's an opportunity just to really add some icing, sugar on top of the large cake. This would be a hell of a goal if he could pick it up, Sammy Donnell. Just worked it inside the 50, gained about 35 metres for his team, and went over the boundary line. We'll have it thrown in.
Terrific chase from Ben Mackay. It's chasing Donnell, no easy feat, and just didn't give up on it.
So, can they sneak another one here? The chant of kick it to Jolly. He's off this pack. The ball's tossed back in. And Willie Wheeler picks it up. Trying to come through without the footy. There was Williams. Hanson again, just head over the footy. And just trying to spark them. 101 plays 44. 18 gone. Blood rule. So we just see who it is. Is it Greiser?
Wheeler, I suspect.
There's a quick transferal, it is. Yep. It's hard to tell because every time the blood rule happens, there's always a player running off the ground. Anyway, just into attack here for the Seagulls. Point of the square. No one can get clear. It's now for Werribee. Although it's untidy. It's paddle in front of you sort of stuff. And Gribble turns it over. Here's Jolly. He kicks up, looking for Cordy. Has to take it on his shoelaces, slip catch style. He couldn't do so. And now the ball's wrapped up. Going absolutely nowhere. Be careful, Mackay. Just throwing Schultz to the ground. Umpire in best position to look at it. I think it was okay. Here's Jolly just sliding off the back of the pack. Can they get it down to him? Masters, Hanson, through hands, working their Taylor, clears the area, into the centre square, he turns it over, and Jack Charleston. Now let's see if we get Jolly He's right in the middle of the 50. Now he goes back to the goal square, trying to block Barrick's run at the footy. That's where the ball goes. That's a good mark, Seri. Last line of defence for the Bees.
What's he doing, Ben? No time to create space for your forwards.
19 and a half minutes gone. He's going to come back in. He's opposite Ruckman's at the other side. Meese goes shorts. No, it goes to Marquardt. I think the crowd want a jolly goal too. Can we just get Ben to get one on the score sheet? I don't think he cares. I don't think he'd be able to kick the distance if he did the sort of little drive-by and try and slam it from 50 Daniel Rich style. We're about to head into time on.
Hawks by 33 at half-time, Pete.
Oh. Marquardt coming in from directly in front, 48 metres out. Yep. 2 today for him. 13 on the season. 107 plays 44. The scoreline. 20 minutes gone in the final term. Reminder, next week, our game, Richmond and Sandringham from the Swinburne Centre. Punt Road Oval.
Early start, that one.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Always nice.
Especially if you're thirsty.
Yeah, just setting the post-match course a little bit early, going a week ahead. If that's going to be the case, we've got a 10:45 start at the Holden Centre. All bets are off.
It's important to have a plan in life. Here's Jolly in the middle. There's not going to be a free kick awarded. The Seagulls just lurking ominously here.
That's sort of it's a long season.
They'll knock it down. Hansen, brilliant stuff. Just got it going for Werribee to half forward. Gee, that's nice stuff in the one hand from Sharp. Turns quickly. He swings it inside the 50. Can he get a mark from Lockie? Hansen can't. King's there to pick it up. Looks forward but can't find a man. Slow to get boot to ball. Might have been holding the footy. Marquardt's there to wrap it up. He found Schultz at half back. He's going to go on the outside of his right boot. Asked a lot there of Gibbons. Tunnelled Petterwood. Worked him out of it beautifully without hurting him. That was well played. Donnell went to take it on the half volley. Brilliantly picked up by Barrick. Gibbons has got him. They crash in and they'll toss it up.
He's right in a good position here, Jolly, to pick this up.
Well, that's where they should be heading. No, he's worked to the contest. They've got this all wrong. Cordy down. Kick around the corner from Fordham was smothered. Out of bounds. They'll toss it in.
Right, where's he going?
Oh, they played this out of bounds on the full.
Yes.
I thought it was off body or off hands. So now, a chance for Ben to get front and centre. King's been with him, shadowing him all day. A long ball. No mark. Ground level. Masters can't take it. Still alive. Gibbons puts his head over it. Masters is there as well. Might have caught one in the head. He's a little sore, his Lee. But there's no free kick. Jolly wanders close to the contest. King wanders close to him.
Getting
He's
goal
got some
side.
space. He's got some space here. He just needs to be on the end. Oh, a little toe poke from 3 metres out. No good. Left. Missed.
Yep.
One behind.
Was Kavar up?
22 and a half gone. It wasn't Jolly. That's the important thing. 44 to 108.
Yeah, being a little bit flippant, but this contest was decided by three-quarter time. And this is this uncircuitous route that they had to go. The Bees today. That kick from Taylor going way outside. He's going to come back in again. Dorgan kicks up towards the teeth of goal. And that might be in the back. Yep. Fordham cop one. And he will take the free kick. Got Aylett just running alongside. We're standing right next to him.
King's going off, Pete.
Well, where's his direct opponent? It's the kick from Fordham going high. Hansen just being outbodied and that through the hands. Munro went Robinson. And we'll have it thrown in. 23 and a half minutes gone. 108 plays 44. It's been extraordinary since half time. 11 goals to 1. That is emphatic from the team that will finish round 17 on top of the Peter Jackson VFL ladder. Cordy getting the tap down. Good tackle, Pongrassic. And the umpire will come in again on Hansen. He hasn't stopped trying today, Matt Hansen. There's the ball. And he tossed back up. Cordy. Across there, Gibbons through hands. Cordy again. And they're trying to work. Oh, that's too high again on Hansen. He's copped it left, right and centre today, and he might take a little bit of time to get up from this. He wouldn't be surprised if he has a headache as he's driving home tonight. He's copped a couple today as he goes high towards the interchange gates. Oh, Myers dropped what he should have taken in the end. Robinson coming in, Myers hitting the line. It's, watching that battle going on, Tippett and Hansen. That just exploded fireball style in the third quarter. Reports were issued. And now this is tricky because Tippett's just wandering into the interchange for Werribee and saying, get out of the way. A couple of blokes receiving a massage. I think Sharp just wanted to put the hand out, but he wasn't in the field of play. Good pluck from Mackay. Oh, the kick not the greatest. It does Maishman no favours, but he goes back in there again. On the edge of the square, centre wing. Pongrass a good tackle. And the umpire will come back in and toss it up. 25 minutes gone. 108 plays 44. Can't be long left. If they're going to record another win, it's going to be their 13th win for season 2017. And tuning up nicely to the finals. Here's Jolly. Wrong end of the ground. He needs to go for a run. Myers will kick out of bounds on the full. And so Werribee will take the free kick. And Mackay to take it.
Goes across the ground. Donnell closes down on Taylor but can't get in his way. Now a little mistake here. Might just open things up. Taylor just need enough. Just kick to space in front of Fordham. But Chazari's stolen it away somehow. Kavara's on the end of it. He chips inside the 50 and the marker's taken by Donnell. Strolls to the goal line and sticks through their 17. 17, 12, 114. His third of the afternoon to 6-8, 44, 26 gone. Final term.
Amazing. Really is. Yeah, look at the way that they've been able to score their goals. 12 goals to 1.
Born out of absolute madness, Pete.
Yep.
3 off-the-ball incidents, some 50-metre penalties, complete loss of senses from Werribee in that third term.
So the ball back in the middle. Jolly in the middle of the ground, which is not helpful for us as Hansen kicks the ball inside the 50 for Werribee. Myers coming out to meet it, got Robinson to beat. Instead, the boundary line beats them both. And we'll have it thrown in where the boundary line and the 50 intersect for Werribee. Tough going since quarter time. They led by 11 points at quarter time. Trailed by 6 at half time. 40 points 3/4 time. And now we're looking at 70 points the margin at this stage. Ball tossed back in. There's Willie Wheeler going long. Nope, it's going to be held up. More height than length, and Pinnock takes the mark. On centre wing, kicks back towards the 50, back near the boundary line. No one can take the mark. There's Jolly again. Get on your bike, Joel. There's the handball over the top. Pongrassic receives, edge of the square, and now kicks up towards half forward. Sirpos, no, front position. Mackay again. Geez, played well.
Yep.
So he's going to go short. That's okay. Bucks. Really hasn't been Bucks' day. Get it? It's the kick up the line. Fair to say, it was a day that did get a little bit messy as Petterwood lost a handle on the footy. Here's a turnover. They got time for another one? Perhaps. Let's see now. Handball over the top. There's a set up here on Grassic working with Bucks. And we'll have it thrown in. 28.5 minutes gone. 114 plays 44. 5 goals, 3 for the Seagulls, and 3 behinds for Werribee as the ball's tossed back in. Around the footy is Jolly. We're going to redo the throw in. Umpire clearly with no dinner plans this evening, just wanting to stretch it out just that little bit longer. It's 12 minutes to 5. Lucky we have some extended daylight, so we head deep into August. Willie Wheeler gets off a couple, 52 metres out. The ball going across the face of goal, bounces over the head of Kavara. He might pick it up anyway. No, taken over the line. Through for a behind. 29 minutes gone. 17-13, 1:15 play. 6-8-44.
Little one okay for Fordham in the back pocket. He extends down the line. The marker's taken. That was nicely done by Pinnock. He's going to look for King and find him. He takes the mark in his hands. Back on the ground is King. And a very good job on the milestone man, Ben Jolly. He's going to kick this high. He's going to end up near the line though. Almost a mark there for Munro, couldn't quite. Sing later tackled. The handball came out. Thomas is on the end of it. He's going to shoot for goal from outside the arc and miss to the near side. Wynn got a hold of it, 45 to 1:15.
When we finish tonight after this game, I'll give you the updated ladder. But Williamstown will be on top. But movement lower down, as Pickus can go for a run outside defensive 50, expensive home side of the ground. He's had 3 bounces. He could just keep going on. 4, casual as you like. Cha-ching. It's a Sunday stroll. Cha-ching. Now he runs into trouble and he kicks high, goes over the head there of Condon, who's just trying to work to keep it in. Can't do so. We'll have it thrown in. New attack here for the Seagulls. 1:15 plays 45. Is there a whistle? What's going on here? Umpire just saying, let's throw it in. Let's get it on. Let's get on with it, boys. Ball tossed back in. Meese and Seri. Kick going forward for the Seagulls. Kavara punched out of his way. Now Chazari can wheel around. 45 out. And the hand coming from Pinnock, who's doing some work on Schultz. 1:16 plays 45. There's a ball to come back in. And a high mark. Oh, there's a little bit from Lee Masters for you to finish off the game. Too far out to score, so he just handballs off. A high ball, long ball. Schultz and the fist coming over the top from Taylor. 1:17 plays 45. 31, almost 32 minutes gone. Boy, we've had some long quarters today, but this one pretty much done. I mean, we're just playing out time.
Expensive when you charge by the minute, Pete. Little ball from Fordham to Gribble. He finds his man. Defensive 50. Little chipping ball. Okay, it's a strong lead. And it's taken and kicked very effectively by Corbett. They've still got it a half back right in front of the can bar we are. And it's been pretty well populated this afternoon. There's a kick across the ground, dangerous, turnover on, no. Werribee have it for the moment. Fordham under pressure from the tackle. Chance for Bucks to go to work on Condon. Condon comes up with it for a moment. Stolen away by Fordham. Little one, okay, gets him out of trouble. Barrack's going to get on the end of it, and he takes the mark at centre wing. Plenty of players with hands on knees. Still running is Maishman. He receives the handball from his teammate in Williams. Matron over the top. He sets it to the top of the square. Thomas takes it in the one hand and he'll kick the goal from just 10 metres out with the slightest of angles to contend with to the city end.
So, again, all these
trouble
factors.
For Bucks too here.
Oh no.
Pete, his arm's gone straight into the support of the jumper wrapped underneath the elbow and he's been taken off the ground. Meanwhile, Thomas to take the shot. Oh, it doesn't look good. Thomas has hit the post from 15 metres, and that sums up the second half. 3-3 to his name, Lindsay. After some scintillating form opening up in this one, he kicked 3 in the opening term, but since then, he just hasn't been at his best. Not on his own, it must be said. Williamstown have suffocated anything that Werribee have tried. And a dominant second half will take them to the top of the ladder. A long ball out. Sipos flew. Couldn't take the mark though at ground level. Petterwood couldn't take it. Second time's a charm here for Willie Wheeler. He goes again. And game 250 will be remembered fondly by Ben Jolly and everyone from Williamstown who was able to see this and all the others he played. 17-15, 117 to 6-10-46. Williamstown on top of the Peter Jackson VFL ladder when they put their heads on the pillow tonight.
Wow, what a solid, what an enormous performance that is. I suspect that Ben Jolly might be chaired off the ground, if he allows it, of course. The humility of the guy means we may not see it. But, yeah, that final score, 17-15, 117 to 6 goals, 10-46. And just reiterating, from half-time, 12 goals to the Seagulls to just 1 from Werribee. And, wow, what a second half from the new ladder leaders, the goal kickers to full time. 3 goals to Kavara, Donnell, Schultz, 2 to Markon, Masters and Cordy, and singles to Pickus and Pongrassic. And for Werribee, 3 to Lindsay Thomas, all in the first quarter, including the contender for goal of the year, and singles to Hanson, Corbett and Williams. They were held goalless in that final term. They just kicked 5 behinds. Well, it was 5 goals, 6 for the Seagulls, and they run out convincing winners. Keep an eye on Ben Jolly, Leedsy. And I'll see if he gets chaired off the ground, but obviously, taking a look at it, 71 points was the final margin here. 71 points after Werribee led by 11 points at quarter time. Williamstown by 6 at half time. 40-point lead to Williamstown three-quarter time when they run out convincing winners by 71 points.
After all the issues that they had on the field, really classy from Werribee. They form a guard of honour for a man who's played 250 VFL games. A rare feat, but in this competition, with all the challenges that go with it, a magnificent effort from one of the real heroes of the competition. Congratulations to Ben Jolly.
Yeah, but off they go into the rooms, and we will hear the song from our commentary position, I suspect. Leedsy there. Well, we've only got a handful of minutes to go before we finish this one up, but important to look at the percentage for the Werribee side. And just allow me to quickly do those calculations, Leedsy, but I can tell you that Williamstown on top, 52 points, and they move into clear top spot on the ladder. Then comes Box Hill on 50, and they've put on a gap now to Port Melbourne, who can't now make top spot, so they just want to hang on to a top 4 spot. And then a bit of a logjam, Footscray and the Casey Demons. They're on 40 points apiece, percentage separating them. Then comes Richmond and Essendon, both on 36 points. Then Collingwood, who have their percentage, 97.3, sit on 32 points. Werribee, I'll have to calculate the percentage, but they're on 32 points at the moment. They were 86.75, but I'll calculate it when I get a free couple of seconds here. Northern Blues now sit in 10th spot on the ladder. They're on 28 points. And Sandringham, 28 points, and a long way behind on percentage, 84.69. Northern Blues, 90.59. Then comes in 12th spot Geelong, Coburg, and North Ballarat. But, well, the headline today, a big win for this side, the Seagulls. And thank you to Anthony Steggers, who's on the ball and saving me having to do all the manual calculations myself. I was wrapped over the knuckles because I was out by 0.3. But anyway, I'll give you the percentage now for Werribee. Their percentage is 83.21. Collingwood's percentage, 97.3. So that is a huge gap, isn't it?
That's a good day for Collingwood.
Northern Blues on 90.59, but they're a game behind. So there's a little bit of a cluster there, but we shall see how it plays out next week, because there are some fascinating games, in particular that Werribee Northern Blues game. That is going to be enormous.
Well, Port Melbourne and Box Hill next Sunday as well.
You look at, there's big games everywhere in the competition with ones riding on it. Collingwood hosting Geelong, so Collingwood be desperate to get that win. They want to keep the winning feeling going with the Port Melbourne match the week after. Essendon taking on Footscray, so Essendon want to lock away a final spot for sure. They play Geelong in the final round. Werribee and the Northern Blues at Preston City Oval. Just note, that's a Preston City Oval game. Piranha Park sees Coburg and North Ballarat battling for the wooden spoon. Casey Fields, Casey and Williamstown. As we mentioned, that's a huge game. Richmond and Sandringham, our game. It's going to be really hard for Sandringham now. Have to rely on Werribee and Collingwood losing their final games to be able to get in there. And then Box Hill and Port Melbourne. So an extraordinary day, really, Leedsy. And what a great way to finish it off. Game 250 for Ben Jolly. And a win to the Seagulls as they take top spot on the Peter Jackson VFL table.
Yeah, been a pleasure being here, Pete. As usual, look at just an absolute picture that Burbank Oval has put on today, and I think everyone who's attended has enjoyed the experience. Congratulations again to Ben, and indeed to the Williamstown Footy Club. It's a big day for a standalone club.
And don't forget, VFL Rewind tomorrow on 3WBC 94.1 from 7 o'clock, a wash-up of this round. Looking ahead to the next round, that and the Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Plenty of great interviews to come as well. And if you can't listen to it tomorrow, you can listen to it through the week on vfl.com.au and catch up on all of the programs throughout this year. And then we'll be back next Sunday. Big day at Punt Road Oval, Richmond and Sandringham, on air at 11:50 in the morning, and plenty to look forward to there. Thanks for your company. It's been a great day. Williamstown running out convincing winners, and we look forward to your company next week for round 18, the second last round of the season. And we'll have it all for you on Peter Jackson VFL Live.